I'm Yoshi Lomax, superstar attorney at law and fugitive.
So, you're the famous Yoshi Lomax.
Probably more infamous. I'm on the run from the federal government for crimes that I didn't commit.
Gentlemen, I'm Deputy U.S. Marshal Sharon Starr. I'll be taking things from here.
Not to mention being on the hit list of at least 3 of Miami's major crime bosses.
I wanted to apologize in person for leaving so abruptly last night.
Welcome back.
That's Vladimir Kuznetsov, a Russian crime boss. He's been a suspect in over a dozen missing person cases.
I mean, I didn't get here to be this successful for doing things the American way.
I need a list of the jury for my case with Hanju.
Oh, really? What's that worth to you? Oh, my God, you have such a good...
Mr. Santana is to be released upon processing.
So what do you know about Sheldon Chisholm?
What do you want to know about him?
I really need to know if you're going to take my case. I don't have time to play, Miss Lomax.
Money is not a problem. You know anything about his case?
It's being handled by agents in my field office.
I've learned that in this game of life, in order to win,
Ready to dance?
you gotta play dirty. You might look at me and see a beautiful, confident, successful woman.
Congratulations, counselor. Yet another win.
But underneath, I'm flawed. I'm broken. And I'm scared. So I have no choice but to run until I can find a way to clear my name.
Miss Lomax is now considered a fugitive of the United States. Catching fugitives is my business, which makes her my suspect. You and your associates are relieved.
Look. She killed one of our own.
But I will not give up.
All right, people, listen up. Get a picture of Miss Lomax out there so the public knows what she looks like.
I will not give in.
Okay. People, we got a game plan. Let's break and execute.
I will not get caught.
Time to go hunt.
Real talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with DaDirector on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Capri, and you are watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
It's Vicky Judy, Orange is the New Black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Frida Parks, and you're listening to Real Talk Radio with the Director. Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Nothing less. What's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I am the Director. We'll be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. Real Talk's brought to you every Monday by Dollhouse Radio and Dan Morrell. We are broadcasting live via the World Wide Web on blogtalkradio.com, youtube.com/the IE Network, Facebook.com, and Twitter via Periscope. I want to thank everybody once again and welcome everybody back to the show. Yes. Everybody that comes through, holds down the chat room. Always want to give y'all props and shout out to people who come into the chat rooms. We have the chat rooms for people who may or may not know. There's one, the one on YouTube is one of the main ones, but you can also chat on Facebook if you like. You can chat on Facebook. And I don't know if you could chat. I think you can even send a chat through Twitter if you're watching the show via Periscope on Twitter. So different ways to communicate with us. We want your feedback. We want your interaction. Please communicate. And what people may or may not know, because we don't talk about it as much, if you want to come on the panel and discuss some of the things that we discuss, let us know. Holla at us, and we will, if we got the time and we have the, the opportunity, we'll let you jump on and say what up to the world, say what up to everybody, say what up to us, and speak your mind on certain topics. A lot of stuff happening right now. I'm trying to wait for my Jedi Council to get set up. I know one, Ralph is there. I'm about to bring him in. Kev, he's on the way, I think. So, but breaking news right now, MGM is exploring selling the studio. So MGM is exploring sale of their studio and all of their catalog. We'll get into a little more detail on that when I have the whole council here. That's big news, people, because with the, in wake of the pandemic and everything that's going on, and with Warner Brothers' big move to release all of their films for 2021, it is that's big news. Now the question is, which one of these powerhouses are going to swoop in and pay that money? I think they're estimated their value right now at somewhere around $5.5 billion. Who will be the one to swoop in and get that catalog, which is tens of thousands of stuff, and including they own, I think, part of the James Bond franchise. They own the Rocky film franchise. It's a lot. We'll go into a little more detail, but it's definitely a big thing. That's breaking news right there. So we'll talk about that. Also, obviously, what's been buzzing all week is the Tom Cruise COVID rant. Everyone wants to know, everyone's weighing in on it, right? That's become the thing now. Everyone does reactions. We were going to do a reaction. I was going to do a reaction video to it, but then I'm like, what's the point for me doing a reaction video? You already know my reaction. Anybody knows me knows my reaction. Hell yes. That's right, Tom. Do your thing. This is your film. And they messing with everybody money up there. So I don't really, no point of me doing a reaction video, because I was just like I wasn't surprised by it. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't appalled. I wasn't nothing. I was just like, oh, yeah. And that's what he should have said. I was like, he was actually nice to just yell at them and threaten to fire them, in my opinion, because it's like, yo, it's not like the film hasn't been shut down before already due to COVID. And you know the rules. So if you know the rules, you don't abide by them for whatever reason, gotta go, man. And I did read somewhere that I think 7 crew members quit after the rant. In the words of the great Quentin Tarantino, he didn't say it, but he wrote it. You know what that is, people? That is the world's smallest violin. And that's how I feel. This is the world's smallest violin being played for all of these butthurt workers that quit because they were not following the rules and got yelled at, which anybody would do. And if you was working any regular job, I mean, maybe not yell at you like that, but, and everyone said, did he go overboard by yelling? Like, no, I don't think he did. I mean, hey, and some people could take it, some people can't. Bottom line. So it's like, I had no nonsense, said 5 people quit. Okay, yeah, behind the rant. So, yeah, 5 people. Well, what are you going to say? And I read somewhere that the 5 people that quit got offered jobs with a porn company. I didn't read the whole thing, but I did see that. I was like, well, that's cool. So at least they won't be out of work. But it's not like the porn industry is working right now either, really. Oh, Ralph could vouch for that. I don't think it's really back working either. So it says there, Mission Impossible 7 crew members who quit. Oh, that's why I thought it was 7. It actually said Mission Impossible 7, but I thought it said 7 crew members who quit, but it was actually 5. So the crew members that quit after Tom Cruise rant offered jobs by porn company. So, hey man, work is work. So that's what it is. If they working and they offering the job, gotta put food on the table, son. What kind of job though? What actually are the jobs they're offering? So they're like, yeah, we're a little low on actors. So if you really want to put food on that table, so you know what I mean? You want to put some food on that table, you know what I'm saying? Strip. I'm like, did they have to go to the casting couch? It's like, yo, you want this job, right? So I'm just joking. But hey man, not everything is for everybody. But to me, was that abuse? No. Some people, of course, we're in the butthurt generation. So, oh, it was abuse. Not abuse. You know, it was abuse. Christian Bale yelling at the guy because he couldn't get, what is my motivation? I'm trying to get the shot right. And then he's like going crazy and you stand on the guy. He's telling the director or whoever else is trying to calm down. He said, nah, screw that, man. Don't tell me. Blah, blah, blah. This is the last time I'm working with you, man. Relax, dude. That was abuse. And it was unnecessary. It was the freaking lighting dude or whatever it was, the DP, whatever he was, just, trying to get the light right. So you want to sit here? I might have been like, bruh, okay, so you want to look like shit on camera? Fine. Look like shit. Don't blame me. So that's what it is. But, was this abuse? No. Was it excessive? Yeah, but it's Tom Cruise. It was pure Tom Cruise fashion. So, he's so intense and all that stuff. I mean, that's just him. So doesn't matter. I mean, would it have been any different if it was, The Rock? The Rock would have yelled at you too. And then he would have told you he'd put the smack down on you. He'd have told he'd have called you a candy ass and layeth the smacketh downeth on your candy ass. That's what he would have said. So, it's just a different person yelling. I mean, like I said, I'd like to address that. We'll talk about that as well. Anything else? Yeah, there's other things too. And like I said, the MGM thing just kind of came out of nowhere. That was really interesting. Oh yeah, the MCU. I'm gonna try to run over some of these. The MCU, the Phase 4 movie slate, which has been updated to all the different movies that's been put out, and we'll try to go over, most of them or whatever. Yeah, that's that. What else? Yeah, okay, here they go. Yeah. Falcon, so yeah, so they got a lot of stuff they push us, but there's also I read another article that said the Disney one of the Disney executives has confirmed that the streaming is definitely the future for Disney. For Disney, as far as like them really, I guess, putting all of their eggs in the streaming basket, so to speak. So they're not denying that streaming is definitely going to be, that's the future. So we'll see. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. And I'm trying to see if I saw that. Oh yeah, here's another one too. So the theaters got a little money. Theaters get $15 billion in aid from last COVID-19 relief bill. So that was them. They got $15 billion in aid. So that should be a help. Will it solve everything? No. But it helps. Definitely helps. So, we'll get to some more movie news. And of course, we have our our directors versus this week. We are doing Martin Scorsese versus Brian De Palma. So, Brian De Palma, not as big as far as, out there in the news and in the media type of director, but he has a lot of hits under his belt. He's got a lot of good films. And he's been directing since the 70s, I think, maybe even the 60s. He's been directing for a while. Like Martin Scorsese. So I thought they'd be a good matchup, to go against each other. And that's pretty much that, man. We're gonna really crank it up and get popping. Let's get going. And as always, we thank you, everyone in the chat room. Shout out to No Nonsense. Shout out to Jimmy Ace. Shout out to Joseph Tanner. Everybody else that came through, we'll get back to you guys and your comments. Keep the comments flowing, and we will pop them on the screen periodically. That's what's up. You're listening and watching in Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I am the Director, and I brought my Jedi Council with me. Here's one of them, at least. Yo, Ralph, what up, brother? You in the building?
What's going on? First of all, let me just firstly say that to those 5, 6, whatever gentlemen that got fired from Mission Impossible 7 and decided to work in the porn business, all y'all a bunch of jerk-offs, all of you. Because if you're not following it on the mainstream movie set, guess what? We're going to tell you the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
If you ain't gonna do it, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean just because you go into you accept a job from a porn production company, you're gonna be able to be an asshole on set, or
exactly.
just not follow rules.
It's just gonna magnify.
Yeah,
it's just gonna magnify. So no. Tom Cruise. Listen, people may sit back and talk to him about the Katie Holmes incident or his Scientologist, or what did he say one time to Matt Lauer that your zip or whatever it was that he said. Yeah, Tom Cruise may got a lot of crap on him, however, didn't nobody. I don't think anybody can deny that man, when he steps on that stage, when he steps onto that screen set, he is 100 and 1,000% committed and focused to give the best job that he could possibly do.
And I have no problem with that at all, with what he said, Ralph. And just to add to what you're saying, and I'll let you finish, he also expects the best from his crew and his cast, because he holds himself to a high standard, and there's no one harder on himself than him if he ain't
on himself than him.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, no. I mean, to those, and I'm not trying to make light. Actually, I take it back. I am making light to those 5 guys that got fired, because all you had to do was this. That's all you had to do. Right? But at the end of the day, right? nobody is going to remember who the production assistant was, who the craft service guy was, who's nobody's going to remember nothing information about it except that it's a Tom Cruise movie. He is on the line, and his responsibilities are a lot deeper than just, hey, we need to film this movie. His name and his DNA is sprinkled across the entire production. So no dummies. All you have to do is put a mask on. That's it. That's it.
And keep it on,
And
because
keep it on.
keep it on, because I mean, I was shout out to a couple of people that we was talking to some of the Full Sail graduates, and it's like we have a couple of Full Sail graduates that have they work at HBO, right? So I was talking to one of the HBO executives, right, Stephen Beers, and he was confirming how HBO is still in production and stuff like that, but he's showing how people are doing with COVID. He did like a whole workshop on how to continue to do produce continue to shoot during the pandemic. And some of this, he said the safety guidelines are insane. What you may think is insane, like they're very anal, and you can't even like take your mask off ever. Like even if you have to get a drink of something, they said the most you'll be able to do is take a straw, and you have to get like a stretchy, bendy straw and put it under your mask. Take a sip of take your sip of your drink and put it back down.
I saw somewhere that there's someone out there designed a mask where about right here on the mask, but right here, there's actually like this one is the surgical one, so you can see it's kind of thin, right? It still does the job of content, but the thicker ones, like right about here, there's actually a hole where you could put a straw through, go right into your mouth, so you can sip your drink, and it has like a little flap on it, probably made out of Velcro or something. And you're not going. And let's keep it on to this level. It's a Mission Impossible set that has all kinds of tech. You can't sit there and tell me that one of those people that creates the tech that's fictionalized for the movie couldn't have came up with the mask that's realistic for the crew. Stop it. You guys are just dumb. You guys are just dumb. Sorry. And I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel no type of sympathy. And no, Tom Cruise was not too hard on you. Hell, you lucky that he didn't get out there and say, you know what, since you guys want to mess up, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use you guys as cannon fodder, and we're gonna throw y'all off the plane at 30,000 feet with no parachute and see what happens.
Well, and let's not forget what they keep. He didn't mention it, of course, because he's just not going to in that spot. But what people keep forgetting to mention is he's put up over $100,000 of his own money to bubble his crew. He wanted to bubble his crew and his cast, and he rented cruise ships to house the crew. Paid well over $100,000 out of his own pocket to do that. So and a lot of people play the parts, of course, where he's screaming and ranting and cussing, but they don't play the entire video where he gets to the end of the video. He calms down a little bit, but he's still intense, and he tells them, look, I care about you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's acting the way he is. I care about you guys, but if you're not going to follow the rules, that's it. He's like, and I'll even listen. And he said, I'll even listen to your reason. But if I don't like it, you're gone.
Exactly.
So if you have a reason, state it. I'll listen to your reasoning. And if I can't get with your reasoning, you gotta go. Plain and simple. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. So there you have it, man. So this is just
I don't feel no sympathy.
I have no sympathy whatsoever. Now, he's so mad. You know, George Clooney weighed in on it, and he said everyone said that they agreed with him. They just said they didn't particularly agree the way he did it. I'm just like, look, that's just Tom Cruise, man. And plus, he's trying to tell you, man, we've already been shut down before. if this picture gets shut down, and he's yelling, trying to make you understand, dude, you guys are not messing with just my money. You're messing with everybody's money on this set. You're messing with our money and not just our money, our livelihoods. This
Your
industry
life.
shut down. Your life. Right. He didn't mention that, but he
Like
said
he even said,
livelihood.
can't. But he did. He said people are not going to be able to pay their bills. That's not going to pay the mortgage. That's not going to send them be able to keep their kids to private school. That's not going to be able to put food on the table. He not sitting there saying him. He know that if he get shut down, Tom Cruise to a large degree is going to be okay. But he's not thinking about. He's thinking about the crew. That the guy over there in the corner serving sandwiches. You with the Mario Brothers mustache. If this thing gets shut down, can you sit back and be out of work for X amount of months and don't worry about nothing? No, he can, but you can't.
Yeah.
That's who he's worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. People, so he said, I know no nonsense, said that people are upset with how he said it. I agree with what he said, though. Yeah, people are upset with how he said it. I understand that, but to me, I'm not upset with it because it's obvious that how long they've been in production for how many days? Quite a while now. In the production, like the rules, dude. You know the rules. It doesn't matter. You come there, you don't take this serious. They can quit all they want. That's they just probably quit because they was embarrassed. I get it. But and hey, it's just independent industry. You don't have to take anything if you don't want to, Like, hey, I ain't taking that. I get it. So
Now, I hope if you sit back saying, "Nah, I ain't gotta take this job on Mission Impossible 7," I hope you working on the next Marvel movie or you working on something because to my knowledge, you're nothing more than a day player. You don't really have that option because you're working on a set. Let's say to say like what 8-9 weeks of steady constant work, and it's not like you're getting like $1 an hour. You're getting paid a pretty nice premium. You're in some foreign country somewhere. There's some perk. There are some perks to that kind of work.
Yeah.
And if
He's already
all I
got
gotta
perks because they got the whole cruise ship to themselves.
yeah.
I'm sure he's got. I'm sure that came along with the cruise ship is the servers and people like that. He just, he's got it on there.
And some exotic. I mean, I think they're filming over there in Italy, so you in this exotic location, and all you gotta do is put this thing on to keep my job. Put the damn thing on. That's it. How hard is it?
Yeah, exactly. So Kev's joining us right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's those same fools that be like, nah, I ain't gotta put a condom on. Nah, I'm not gonna drive 1,000 miles an hour without my seatbelt. Nah, because I'm gangster. I'm gangster. And then when something happened, like, oh damn. I'm not gonna put a condom on. Nah, I'm not gonna put my seatbelt on. I'm not gonna put my seatbelt on when I'm driving the car. Because I'm gangster.
Just let me put the tip in.
Because I'm gangster. I'm too good. I'm too good.
Yeah, well, they going. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, well, they try. Well, maybe that's what they'll do in the porn industry, rather than get fired. They'll say we ain't gonna put on no condoms. So.
And they're gonna. Those people will get. I'm gonna be honest with you. First of all, they're not even gonna get to that point. No way. They're just not. But let's just sit there and say by some way random diapason incident happens and you get to that point where you're the guy that got to step in front of the camera. No, you're going to get, not only are they not going to film with you, they're going to laugh you and kick you out of the industry for being the jerk off. That's what's going to happen. See, the biggest difference between, the biggest difference would be, damn, really? Just by, you got two kids?
She was responding what I said. You just put
she told you.
But I got 2 kids, but just the tip.
But see, one of the biggest differences between these two industries, between mainstream movies and porn, is that the porn industry, and people can sit back and say whatever they or try to ridicule pornography, but I'm here to tell you, the porn industry takes better safety precautions than the most people do. We're constantly get tested. Constantly. We're tested every 2 weeks. There are literally people sitting out there right now watching this show right now or watching Raw or Family Guy, whatever, that have never been tested a day in their life, but they still run up in people raw. You know, they're still going out there and trying to pick up people. And I'm not talking about a guy or a girl. They're running out there picking up people in the bar, you know, picking up randoms for a quickie booty call that have never been tested.
Yeah.
Never. But then those same people turn around and say how the porn industry, oh, you're all dirty, you're just having sex and you're not protecting yourselves. What about the kids? What about the community? Man, kiss my nuts, man. What are you talking about?
Oh boy, tell them how you really feel, Ralph. No, welcome back.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. Because see, we're going through that right this minute. We're going through that right this minute. We're going through this with not particularly the stigma with diseases, but how mainstream media looks at the porn business. And I know this ain't the time for the show, but I'm gonna say this right now. The porn industry is under the biggest fight whatsoever right now. Not because of diseases, not because of anything else, because of companies and social media like Instagram that want to dictate what they feel is socially acceptable, right? When it comes to sex workers, and I'm not just really talking about porn people, I'm talking about porn people, strippers, you know, webcam model, anything, right? When you post it, because it's happening today, when you post to Instagram, Instagram has a certain logistics of how you're supposed to present yourself. So like I'm gonna use her name because she's my friend. Like they'll tell Missy Stone, when you post a picture on Instagram, you're a porn star, you have to be covered up. Okay, be covered up. Can't have your nipples showing. You can't nothing super sexually aggressive. Okay, but this just happened a couple of days ago. Miley Cyrus, right, goes on her Instagram. She posts a picture of her on the front of Rolling Stone magazine. And if y'all haven't seen it, Miley Cyrus has her shirt open up to the world with words Rolling Stone superimposed across her chest, but she's topless. Instagram let her post that up there. Instagram has let people like Sharon Stone, Lisa Rinna, and many countless others that are these so-called either mainstream actors or influencers do whatever they want to do. But the sex workers get the backhand of the stick. It's constantly happening, constantly. And then they'll sit back and say, well, we have to follow by community standards. No. The community standards should not be for a sex worker is one way, but for a Hollywood actress, it's the other one, because it's the Hollywood actress that's doing the worst thing than the sex worker.
Yeah.
That's the fight that we have been going through now for a year. We thought we had it solved, and Instagram said, no, we understand what's going on, yada, yada. And they went right back to doing what they was going to do. Yeah, it's not right, and that's our biggest problem right now.
It's not. Yeah, it's not right.
That's because y'all need to get some politicians in your pocket. That's why. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line. I'm just keeping it a buck.
No, Kev, you're absolutely right. But here's the problem. See, we do have politicians that follow us. They won't publicly go out and say, "Yeah, I know who Lisa Ann is." You know why? Yeah. Because they feel their constituents can't understand, like, no, you're supposed to be this guy or this woman that's like, the head of the APLU or the president, whatever, but you know who a porn star is? Oh,
people need to really face reality, and there's a lot of people that know who porn stars are and not just know who they are, watch them or fans of them or whatever the case may be.
Follow them.
Yes, follow them. It's not,
the truth of the matter.
I think
the truth of the matter is that for whatever reason, people are scared of sex. I don't know why people are scared of sex. We all have to have it. We all need it. We all want it. We all desire it. Right? It's actually inbred into our DNAs to have sex. It's not something that's an option for you. It may be an option the frequency that you get it, but it's in your DNA to actually do it. Now, yes, it is not in your DNA to just do it just to be doing it. It's inbred in you to do it to duplicate, to have children or procreate. That's what it's there for. But we take it as pleasure. But it seems that everybody is scared of sex? Like, why are you so afraid of it? What do you think it's going to? What do you think it's going to do? Is it can it corrupt you? Yes, but so can alcohol.
Well,
so can
there's
food.
a lot of things.
So can surgery.
A lot of things can corrupt you. But Kev, you know, we were talking when you came in. We were talking about we're just wrapping up the Tom Cruise rant thing, and then we're gonna jump onto the other thing. But yeah, I already know how you feel about it. But you know, of course, people. Oh yeah, you know, we agree with what he said. We just didn't agree with the way he said it. You know, some people calling it abuse. Of course, the butthurt people are calling it abuse. Some people are upset.
I don't even see how it's an abuse. I don't even see how it's abuse.
They're saying it's abuse because he was yelling.
I just don't even see how it's abuse.
Because he was yelling and cursing.
What's
but like I
supposed to say,
said,
hey?
let's not forget he's put up over $100 grand of his own money to bubble his crew.
Let's not talk about the money. Let's not talk about the money. Later for the money. And this is all I'm gonna say on this. People's lives are at stake.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. Period. Yeah. Whether you just lose your sense of taste and smell for a week,
mm-hmm.
or whether you end up having respiratory failure and you die, regardless to what happens to an individual who may end up catching COVID because somebody decided, hey, wearing a mask is not for me. Hey, you know what? COVID is not that serious as I heard one stupid person say, hey, COVID don't work like that. It's just like the flu. Get it and get it over with. You know what? People have died from the flu just from getting it and getting over it. There people have died from the flu. COVID is not the flu. COVID is a new type of not a new type of virus. It's a type of virus that's here. It's a novelty virus. And right now, why are you taking a chance with somebody if all someone's asking you to do is stay 6 feet apart and wear a mask? What's it going to do to you to do that?
So damn hard
to keep your job.
Why is it so damn hard?
I don't. So why is he at this point in the stage? We've been dealing with this now since February. If you want to say March, we could say March. We've been dealing with this since March. So what's that? That's 10 months. 10 months we've been dealing with this. 10 months you've been told, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask.
Yeah.
If you know you have it, self-isolate. You know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you should get cursed out. If you're deciding to take it upon yourself to be like, well, you know what, this ain't for me. You know what, we're gonna talk and have a conversation. This ain't for me. You know what? At this point, yes, you should. There should be some kind of reprimand for you, and yes, maybe you should get spazzed on, because if you don't get it by now, haven't enough people died? 300 and something thousand plus people died, including 2 of my family members that are included in that number.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get it at this point in the state of California right now. 1 in 25 people are infected with COVID. 1 in 25. It went from being 1 in 2,500 to 1 in 25. The state of California, specifically Los Angeles, is now considered ground zero of COVID in the United States. They are now the leading. They are now the leading state in the United States that has the most COVID cases and that has the most infected right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that alone. The bottom line is you have a crew, you have this, set of people, and the only reason why I brought up, forget about, it's not about the money, but I'm just saying all of those factors people forget to mention. He's doing the extra mile to make sure his crew and cast is safe and in a position to be safe. So he's taking away all excuses. You're there on his dime. He's taking away all your excuses to not follow the rules, but yet they still don't follow the rules, and that's why they got spazzed on. And then they're gonna go ahead and quit. That's your prerogative. You quit because you probably embarrassed. You're embarrassed. But guess what? You go on and don't think just because you got offered a job on porn in a porn production setting that you're still gonna go and do what the hell, break the rules. It doesn't matter. Tom Cruise was nice for just yelling at them and threatening to fire him, because try that crap on my set, I dare you. I ain't nowhere near Tom Cruise, but let me tell you something. Let it happen on my set, because you know what? Let me say, I'd have a very, very small crew. You know what I'm saying? No Tom Cruise type of crew. It'd be a small crew, but guess what? I'm an independent filmmaker. I could do every job if I need to. So I can afford to get rid of your ass if I need to.
More money in my pocket. More money in my pocket.
I know how to do them all anyway. So, if you're going to be a jerk about it, yes, it'll be a setback. And of course, you can always hire somebody else. Right now, you know what? You know how many people are waiting to get on a job, to get on the set and work? It's like that. Those people will be replaced I'm sure they've been replaced already. They probably, you know what I'm saying? The moment they told them they were quitting, they probably got replacements flying out.
Tom was like, okay, no problem.
There might be people already on set that's like, we're not playing no more. I don't know if I had mentioned this to you, Kev. I'm like, I'm not playing no more with nobody. Like I'm getting my sets together, my crew, and even my cast. I'm having backups. I'm doing it like Broadway. I'm gonna have understudies. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, like, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna follow the rules because you think this is a joke. Goodbye. We got somebody else. Let's get them in here. You know what I'm saying? It's that plain and simple, because you should be prepared for it, because people are ready to work, man. This is not a game. Like we said, because of it, that leads us now. I got all three of us on the line. This leads to the top breaking story today. MGM is they're exploring selling the studio. So all of this stuff in the wake of the pandemic and stuff like that, MGM is exploring a sale of its studio, and they are valued right now somewhere around $5.5 billion. All right.
I don't even see how that's 5.5. I'm sorry. I don't even see it.
But it says
MGM makes
including debt. So
yeah. Now, if you said that the debt was 4.5 billion, if you said the debt was 4.5 billion and what was left over is what it was worth, I would say yeah, because MGM hasn't been relevant since the 70s. Frankly, it hasn't. It has not.
I mean, you gotta remember though, I get you, but they do have. It says MGM has a film library of over 4,000 titles and 17,000 hours of television programming, including film franchises like Rocky and The Hobbit, as well as television shows like The Handmaid's Tale and Vikings. That's MGM. So that's relevant. You know what I mean? Those shows are very relevant right now. So
exactly.
You got The Handmaid's Tale. MGM biggest hits in the past decade include The Hobbit and the Bond installment, Skyfall in 2012, as well as the Rocky spinoff Creed, which is grossed at $173 million globally. So popular MGM films available on streaming services include Silence of the Lambs, Rain Man, and Terminator. So
they just got a new series that's coming up soon called Clarice. I believe that's based off the Silence of the Lambs.
The Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yeah.
So they've been doing things. They're not out there with Disney and all these other guys that's dropping stuff left and right. But the acquisition of them by one of these giants could be a good acquisition. You know what I mean? It's about this. They're putting it up because they want to know which streaming service is going to buy them, or which company is going to buy them to add to their streaming service. More than likely, it's going to be one of the newer companies not newer companies, but people that are a little bit new to the streaming game, because they want to beef up their streaming, catalog. So don't expect Amazon, don't expect Netflix to buy them. I don't think they would, but you never know. But it might be one of the other networks that are making their transition to streaming. You know what I mean? It might be one of the, maybe the Peacock, which is NBC, or maybe it's the, it might be. I don't think AT&T will buy them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If MGM is interested in the catalog, I wouldn't tell anybody to buy the catalog. I would tell you to take out selected pieces of the catalog and keep
Can't
that.
do that.
Not
You're not gonna do it though. They ain't gonna do it. I know. I get what you're saying though, but they're not gonna do that. You gotta buy it. I mean, it's just like you think Disney really wanted the Fox brand? They didn't really want 21st Century Fox. They wanted back there. They wanted back the Marvel stuff, and they had to do it because Fox was not selling them back just the Marvel stuff. So they didn't really want 21st Century Fox, you know what I'm saying? But it's a well worth investment. They feel because just taking
but look at that. But look at that. But even when they bought 20th Century Fox, I said, well, you can buy our movies, but we're not selling you.
They didn't sell sports, and they didn't sell.
We're not selling that.
No, FX. No,
so they
did.
They
came with the deal. All they didn't sell.
FX came with the deal?
Yeah, only thing they did not sell was the sports, and they didn't sell Fox News. That's it. That is it. Those are the only things they kept. Everything else went because FX went with it because there was Fox stuff. There was a Marvel stuff on FX as well. What was that one? What's that show, Kev? With the that was on FX. Legion. That's a Marvel brand. That's a Marvel property. So because it's about mutants, and so the Fox, the TV, Fox Television, FX included, 21st Century Fox movies, all of the movies, and that's pretty much it. So they just didn't sell sports and they didn't sell news. Thank God. But that'll be that, man. So bottom line, bro, the acquisition will help somebody. I don't know who would do it. At first I wonder if Netflix would do it, but nah, I don't think they'll do it. I don't think there's enough in there for them to, it's going to be someone who's looking to build content. Netflix has enough content right now. They're working on transitioning to all original content. So they're not going to buy nobody else's content, I don't think. Unless it was something like
they almost bought that Bond movie.
No, that's what I was saying. Right, that's what I was saying. Unless it's something that's like coming right up now. The Bond franchise.
No, they were just buying just that movie. They weren't buying the franchise.
Okay, they were just going to get the movie. Yeah. So something that they can put out, right away, or people. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm expecting someone that's just getting established in kind of like an HBO Max, but I just don't think they'll do it. But kind of that's getting established, and because they just by their acquisition of Warner Brothers brought in a lot of extra brands for them, which was good. Like when you look at how it's laid out just kind of like the Disney one, where you got the DC brand, you got Cartoon Network, you got Adult Swim, you got all these things that falls on, and of course HBO movies. So there's a lot of stuff laid out there. So they could, if they did that, they'd be pulling a Disney. You know how Disney go, and they acquired Marvel, and they acquired Lucas, then they acquired Fox. You know what I'm saying? So they could do that if they're feeling, hey, we're just gonna put it all on streaming. But we'll see how that works. But they're looking to sell. I don't think they will sell for 5.5. That's where it's supposedly valued, but that's including their debt. So that's probably why.
It's a lot of debt.
That's probably why.
It's probably not a lot of debt. I mean, why would they have a lot of debt? The only debt that they would probably really have right now is whatever debt they acquired from the TV shows and from the last Bond film.
Yeah,
I mean,
MGM has been in a hard time since Michael Camino's The Heaven's Gate in 1978. They haven't really every 6 or 7 years they make a movie which is really somewhat kind of profitable. Every 6 or 7 years, and even they could sit there and say the Rockies. Rockies is co-financed through Sony. Bond movies are co-financed through Sony. Even to a degree, the Hobbit series is funny. It said the Hobbit, not Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit series that's co-financed through Warner Brothers. So it's not like they put it up the money themselves. I mean, the only movies that I can legitimately sit here and say in the last 30 years that MGM has made that I remember that were profitable: Rain Man back in '88, Species, maybe Legally Blonde, and Get Shorty. That's 4 movies over 30 something years. I mean, come on, guys. That's horrible.
Yeah. So let me take a look at some of it.
That's horrible for a major film studio.
Yeah, exactly.
And now maybe there's something else in there because some, even though they own Silence of the Lambs came from Orion Pictures. Same thing with Platoon and RoboCop. All that stuff came from another company. They just absorbed. It wasn't like they put up the money themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. They absorbed Orion, but Orion was the people that made those. Right. The Terminator.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter who made it. If they own it, they own it.
They own it. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing with that one. Even
here's the thing, and above all of that, obviously they were making some kind of money if they had the money.
Yeah.
But obviously
Orion went out of
business. Yeah. Orion went out of business, but still.
Business.
They had to be the MGM had to be making some kind of money in order to purchase them. So they had to have made some kind of money off of them.
Well, it
wasn't a movie.
Their TV series. Yes, I think you could sit back and say they made a crap ton of money. Which movie I forgot? Stargate in the subsequent series. Yeah, they made a crap ton of money off of Stargate. Yes, they did. But I'm talking about strictly the theatrical releases. They don't put out too many movies.
Money is money. It don't matter where it comes from, whether it's theatrical.
It doesn't matter about the theatrical.
You're in a business. You're in a business to make. You set up a studio to make money. So whether it's television releases or theatrical releases, if they have a substantial profit coming in, or if they have money coming in every month, that makes them worth what they're worth, including whatever their debt is. So I mean, they're still they still have content. Also, the bottom line is they still have content.
I agree. And also remember that one of the reasons why they are looking to sell is because it isn't going to matter about theatrical releases because they see what's going on here. They see that the streaming.
They see for them the big picture.
That the streaming is taking the center
and they're stage. Not in the game. They're not in a position to where they can really jump into. For them right now to spend money to start up a network it just wouldn't make. It probably just doesn't make sense for them to do at this point in time. So that's why they're probably not going to do it, and why they're willing to sell. They're like, listen, we're not gonna be making any more movies at this point in time because of COVID. It doesn't make sense for us to put out money. Bond just got put on hold for almost a whole nother year. So that's money we're not making right now. We're not making money back off of that we're paying interest on right now. So it just makes sense right now for us to sell. Let's get out while we can.
Now, if you are one of the powerhouses, whether you're Disney, which I don't think they'll buy it, but I'm just saying, you're Disney or even now AT&T is trying to get them buying the catalogs, right? Don't just put you to it's more to it with that, because now if you buy the catalogs and you own the properties, you can make more current stuff based on the properties that you just bought. So let's just say, I'm just saying, so the Rocky franchise or the Hobbit franchise, I'm just saying, now they have the opportunity to make a spin-off show.
Not to cut you off, Wes, talking about the Hobbit show and the Lord of the Rings. Right now, that's all at HBO right now, being made into a series. They've pumped millions of dollars. into that.
I'm glad that you just said that, because then it's very possible that possibly HBO or AT&T might purchase the MGM catalog just so they can get everything under the same umbrella and bring it all home. And like you said, if they're already working on a Hobbit / Lord of the Rings type series, TV series, hey, why not secure all of the rights to the properties? You know what I'm saying? So that would be a smart move.
MGM has been having financial troubles for years. Remember, MGM was bought back in the 80s by Ted Turner when he started colorizing stuff. It was already bought once before. Then they bought it back, and then they had to wind up selling it again, and then they bought it back. So that's what I'm saying.
That's why they need to make the sale. I mean, I get
it's
where
what
you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Ralph, but it doesn't mean that
ain't a part of business.
What do you mean it ain't a part of business? Wait, whoa. What do you mean it ain't a part of business?
Of course it is.
Selling your stuff off, right, and then buying it back, only to turn around and get out of the message you're in, and turn around and sell it off again, only to buy it back again. That's not that just don't seem like
really, because there are plenty of companies out there that have done it.
Name. Wait a minute. Everybody said name one. Name 5 companies that you know of that have done that very thing that are still in existence today.
No, but the bottom line is, regardless of that, but I just want to say, it doesn't mean that there is no value in their product.
I did not say that there is no value. I did not say that. Yes, the MGM catalog. I mean, I guess if I was to sit there and look at the catalog, when you first started,
you did kind of insinuate that there's no value, because you was MGM, they're not relevant.
That's exactly what you said. You said they're not worth. You said your exact words were they're not worth
$5.5 billion.
No, they are no. Wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna sit there and say they're worth $5 billion. I said, now if you want to sit there and say that the debt outweighs much more, like I made the joke say, well, if you said the debt was $4.5 billion and they were actually worth $500 million, I say, yeah, I might go with that one. That's a joke. But realistically speaking, MGM, to a large degree, the theatrical division, they don't make very many hits, and the few movies that MGM is placing on, they're co-producing with, so they have to split.
Listen. MGM is MGM. You can't stop this with the trying to break it down into the theatrical version versus the TV. MGM is a company, and their company includes television and everything else that falls under that umbrella. So they're making a decision to sell because right now they are not a profitable business. Their business right now. Their business model, which is making movies and selling movies during a pandemic, is their business model is not going to work right now. It's not working for them right now. So the best thing for them to do is to sell.
But what I'm saying is that business model has been working them for decades. Like I said, they have already sold their catalog at least twice in the last 30 years. At least twice. So
they're selling it again. So what's and they're selling again. So that's a part of business. That's a part of big business. You sell, and if you decide sometime in the future, you know what, hey, I want to make movies again, and you have money to buy the company back, you buy the company back, and you make movies and you make a profit. And if it's not profitable for you to do, what do you do? So to say that's not business.
Maybe I'm not totally movie, but I've never heard of any major entertainment company, We're Just Entertainment, or most businesses that have done that and successfully have stayed in business.
MGM is a company that successfully has done that. They've done it, according to you, 3 times, and they're successfully still in business. And they're deciding to sell again. Well, why is it not successful? Are they not have they not made money? Any business has a profit and a loss.
Yeah, well,
that's the problem. That's half the problem right there. you're basing you're basing their success off of the fact that they're selling. Just because they're selling, mean they're successful. Disney
No,
right now is in a
they
rut.
might just
There are
be.
plenty of companies that right
No,
now, does that mean that they're not successful? No,
no, no,
doesn't
no, no.
Yeah.
mean a
That's
company.
not.
The part of doing business is up and down. I own a company, so I can tell you, a part of doing business, you're not always going to be profitable. There are going to be times where you're going to be more profitable than you are in other years.
Mhm.
It just happens like
Well,
that.
Kevin, I understand that. What I'm sitting there saying, and that this is not this was the first time they said, okay, we're going to sell off our business. And then, okay, that's fine. I mean, yeah, you could sit there and say that with Sears, Kmart, any Toys R Us, whatever, and we're going to shift it over to different. That's fine. I'm saying this is at least the third, not once, twice, third time
But
that you've
so
done
what?
this.
It's the third. Does it? So what? Does it matter? Again, because they did it a third time, they made money. Now, right now, they're not making money, so they're doing the wise thing. The wise
But
thing is
Yeah,
to
I
sell.
think not just the wise thing. They're looking ahead into the future, and they're like, look, this is they're realizing that
So what
streaming is the
the future
future.
doesn't include it. Are they saying that? So are they saying that once we sell it, that the future doesn't include MGM anymore?
Oh
That
no,
that's going
just
to be the
No,
end of
what they're
MGM?
saying. No, what they're saying is
they're
right
doing
now
this
the
so the
person
future does include
whoever it
MGM.
is that home. And the other thing is MGM publicly traded? Because if MGM is publicly traded, that could be the other part of it too. If they're not publicly traded, which doesn't which stands a reason to be the same thing, they're saying right now this is not making a profit. As a matter of fact, I think MGM is privately owned. So right now it doesn't make sense for them right now. They're not. The only thing they're probably making money off of right now is licensing deals of licensing out their content
Right.
Probably so.
with all of the major studios. And with all the major studios, specifically like Netflix, like Amazon, and you only have these sub I don't want to call them subpar, but you have the lower tier streaming services like Vudu and Movies Anywhere and things like that are starting to license content that are bringing on content that they're licensing and renting out and selling. So if all the major networks like HBO, all the places you would normally license your content out to, where you would make that money from, are now banking on their own original content and are cutting back on the amount of outside content that they would normally pick up. Like even with TV shows, even with regular TV is not showing movies like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So right now, they don't even have that avenue because everybody's so busy trying to do original content. So because right now everybody's doing original content, you're not going to have you a part of that money that and this is not to say that that's where the majority of their money is going, but I'm pretty sure that licensing out their content is probably a nice portion of where they make some of their revenue from. If nobody's purchasing your content to show on TV, guess what? It makes sense to sell your library to somebody who would probably be willing to take that under their wing and have that as an addition to their service to draw in more people. There'll be more people who don't have the Bond collection. They'll be like, oh wow, Peacock has the whole James Bond collection in their catalog. Great,
Yeah.
I'm gonna subscribe to them.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
what that's one of the
they got
reasons
the
why
No
they're
Time
working.
to Die. They also have a couple other films that's coming up. That's under their brand. There's upcoming films in 2021. Respect, which is the I guess that's the Aretha Franklin film.
Yeah.
And then you have Candyman. That's coming up.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, let's see what else they got here. Gucci. I guess that's a Gucci about Gucci film.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, about the brand Gucci.
About the brand and this says
They actually made a movie about Gucci, about the brand Gucci?
Well, the actual owner, the person, the person
Who owns Gucci?
I don't know. That's what it's about. But I'm trying to look and see what the it's not telling me what the film is about, but that's what it's called.
No, it's like they did the movie about Versace, and like
They
they've
like
done
Versace,
Vanderbilt.
like Versace and all of that. Yeah.
Johnny Versace was a good story though. That was a good story behind the scenes with Johnny Versace. Yeah, Vanderbilt.
But you never know what's a good story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until you see it.
I mean, no one knew how juicy the social network would be. No one knew how juicy the story behind Mark Zuckerberg would be. Like Mark Zuckerberg, who the hell wants to know about his life? He's a nerd or whatever. He became a billionaire, but let's talk about how he became that way. So, even one of the more interesting biopics about a bunch of nerds, Pirates of the Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying? I
didn't see that.
You never know. That was about Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Oh. You know what I mean? So it's like you never know how everybody's story is. So we'll see. It probably is. I mean, it's at least it's a brand. It's a name that everybody knows, household brand name. Gucci. So
Gucci's been around since the 50s.
Right.
Gucci's been around for a very long time.
When you said that, I really thought you were going to talk about Gucci the rapper. I thought you were going to say about Gucci.
This is actually
Gucci Mane. Is that his name, Gucci Mane?
Yeah, Gucci Mane. And they said, what's this? Samaritan. That's a Sylvester Stallone. So Stallone's partnered with them on that. So I mean they still got stuff in development. Let's see. What do they got going on here? Porgy and Bess. Wow. In development, they got a Porgy and Bess movie that they're developing. What else? The Richard Pryor biopic is going to be under that too. So, Sammy Davis Jr. biopic. So they got stuff, man. So they got stuff. I mean, it might be worth buying. And like I said, not just buying for the upcoming stuff. When you buy their stuff and you have the existing brands, now you can take that stuff and make something else for it, something that's made more for streaming. You know what I'm saying? You could take something and make a show from it. That's what everybody's doing now anyway. They're making shows based on a lot of these movies and stuff like that. So, that's what's up. Let's see. Who's this? Okay. There you go. That's the owner of the Gucci brand. Thank you, no nonsense.
Francois Pinault.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that is the owner of the Gucci brand. So that's maybe what the film's going to be about. Let's see. That's why we love having our chat room people in there. They can always throw in and give us some information. You know what I'm saying? Helping us out. We appreciate you. Let's see. So yeah, man. I mean, I just think that whoever acquires it, it's obviously going to be a smart move. Whoever it is, I think, to just leave it out there wouldn't make no sense. Get now after what Kev brought to my attention about the show for The Hobbit or whatever, it would not. I guess it would make kind of sense for either HBO or if AT&T did it, and then because they got the partnership with HBO Max, they might do it because you know what, everybody wants to kind of live up to what Disney did. Disney swooped in and they absorbed some really big franchises and companies that had big franchises, and they made more movies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what they did. They picked up the Lucas franchise and they made more movies under that really big franchise of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Were the movies greatest? But they still made them. So, it's like, hey, we pick up the Creed franchise, we might bring it, we might make more. Pick up the Creed franchise, we pick up the James Bond. That franchise continues anyway. So, I don't think it's a bad move, but I don't know who's going to do it. Whoever's going to do it, I believe whoever does it is going to be someone. It would make sense for an HBO Max / AT&T to do it, because then that puts them a little bit closer to being in, being in that top tier, along with like Disney and stuff like that. What they doing now is they're killing it right now. To me, like, that's all I've been watching is HBO Max lately. You know what I mean? So they really on a great start, in my opinion. And then the Warner Brothers releasing that thing with the Warner Brothers doing that. That's also a big move for HBO Max. So it would make sense for them to do it. Anyone else, I don't know why they would do it, but we'll see. So that's that. We're gonna get to the verses in a minute. And then we got, let's see. Oh yeah, I mentioned that part. Oh, so here we go. They said Shia LaBeouf scrubbed from Netflix awards page after the FKA Twigs lawsuit. So now, for people who may not know what that is, so the FKA Twigs is a singer, whatever, and an artist, and she was dating Shia LaBeouf, right? And she has a lawsuit against him at the moment that's basically talking about his abuse, his abusive nature, physically, mentally, and emotional abuse. He did things to her, like, allegedly, just certain things that just really made her, and didn't make her move in, but when she moved in with him, isolated her from everybody, made her out to be this and the other, just the usual things that abusive people do, right? Make them feel isolated, turn them against their management, turned against, her family, and then physically abusing her and stuff like that. So there was like reports of him driving like on some highway or whatever in California, and driving recklessly and threatening to crash the car if she doesn't say that she loves him, and all. It's real dramatic, right?
Wow.
Yeah, straight up
the
driving.
coochie that good.
I'm just
Shy?
curious.
Yeah,
How long were the two of them actually together?
I think like
How
a
long were
year
the two of them actually?
or something like that. I think like a year, a little over.
If you said anything longer than a month, I'm sorry. She should have just left. I'm sorry.
Well,
That's
what everybody. That's what everybody
She
says.
put the box on him, turned his mind out.
Yeah, he's all
And now
messed
he
up.
just.
And she said, "I can save him. I can change him. No.
I doubt if it was. I doubt if it was that. I honestly doubt if it was I can change the type of thing. He saw the eye candy, because that chick is not a bad looking chick either, and she's very autistic.
She's not bad.
If
She's not bad.
Wait, hold on.
All.
If
Very
Megan Fox,
autistic.
if Megan Fox didn't want him, if Megan Fox dumped him, then come on, it's Megan Fox. Obviously, she might have seen something in him that said,
homegirl is not from this country.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Europe, so she probably doesn't know the whole. Well, she probably doesn't know the whole ins and outs of who he dated before. Most people aren't really paying attention to that. Some people ain't really into the Hollywood thing. I didn't until you said that. I didn't even know he was dating Megan Fox.
Mm.
So
hold on. I gotta stop you with that part right there. That part. Now this is where I'm going. Yeah, to the average person, probably not. But if she is someone that is in the entertainment mix, she didn't have to read that from TMZ or National Enquirer. Somebody probably told her. Somebody told her. Somebody that she knows knew him.
Well, I mean,
Because
yeah,
I'm
I
quite
think
sure
what he
I'm
means is
quite
maybe
sure
ahead of time, and even if it's not ahead, I'm sure after she got with him, she knew that he was dating her. But the point is,
some
the
exactly.
whole point about it is she definitely, obviously got mixed up in, and then Sia, actually, the artist, writer, singer Sia, also was dating Shia LaBeouf. She said he manipulated her into uh, a relationship while he was married or something like that. And he's a pathological liar, and these are the type of things that she was saying. So, I guess because of in the wake of all of this, Netflix was like, okay, let's separate ourselves from this dude. We already got enough, stuff going on. So they have scrubbed him from the Netflix awards page. So yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't have to do with that. So
I think that's just foul. You scrubbing him
well,
from the your if he's already gotten an award and he's on the page. Why are you scrubbing him? I mean,
you know why they do it, man.
listen.
Everybody do it.
Too much.
You know why they do it.
Listen. I
Nobody
understand
wants to
why.
be associated with domestic violence. No one wants to be associated with
Not
that
right now. Nobody.
whatsoever, especially now and now. I mean, before
Like you didn't
it
hear
was
Chris
something
Brown.
that wasn't really talked about. But look how long it took for Chris Brown to even get back into any good graces of anybody, and then she was pretty much kind of blacklisted for a while, and he just it took him a while before he got back into the situation. So nobody wants to be associated with it. They're like, yo, everybody like this, hands
I'm
off.
going that
Like,
way
yeah,
right
they're like,
now.
we're not touching this with 10
Nope.
foot pole. And we find out, there's no, this is her. These are all alleged. They're all allegations. So nothing's been proven or written in stone yet. See, and then another person, I forgot who it was. It might have been unnamed, but there's been, as usual, someone else who's, confirmed the story and confirmed his behavior and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe Megan Fox will come out and say something as well. We don't know, because if that's how he is, he's like that probably with most of his girls, if not all of
Most
them.
of the girls,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So,
I even
unfortunate.
think if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know how much accuracy is, but remember the girl that's in the second Transform movie that was seducing him, and she turned out to be a Transformer. If I'm not mistaken, he was kicking it with her also. I remember something happened, and there was like an auto accident that he was that he was involved in. That's why in the second movie, why his hand is messed up, because that was a real thing. He actually did injure his hand in an automobile accident. But I think for a minute he was kicking it with her too. It's like Shia LaBeouf. He's a very talented young man.
Yeah,
I'll grant him that one. But the mind. And come on, remember the whole thing that he did a couple years ago in New York City, where he went off on the people of McDonald's over some damn French fries. That was all like, come on, man, really?
Yeah, like I said,
He went ballistic. He went ballistic.
Very intense dude.
He went ballistic in the McDonald's over some French fries. French fries.
Well, he obviously has anger issues, but it's very unfortunate. Domestic violence is such a very heavy topic, and people don't want nothing to do with it. So that's why they scrubbed him from it. They're gonna scrub him from everything they can, because they're not trying to, unless somehow this comes back and he shows that
totally wrong,
lying or something like that, they're not gonna really.
I mean, look at all the drama Johnny Depp has been going through with his wife. Even though it has been from her own mouth that she was the aggressor in some of that stuff, but Johnny Depp is still taking all the brunt, all of it, and have projects. I mean, have projects backed away from Johnny Depp. Yeah, like is he still involved with that Fantastic Beasts? No, he was replaced. They're holding up doing other Pirates of the Caribbean. He's not. If they do it, he's not going to be involved in it, which he probably don't need to be anyway, because Jack Sparrow needs to be retired. Like, goodbye, But it's just because we now live in a severely toxic world where the last thing you do will dictate your future. And I mean, look how many years, even though it wasn't, even though these two actors, even though they didn't physically put their hands on like Mel Gibson and Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin cursed his daughter out, saying that she was a spoiled little brat. How many years did it take for him to come back?
I know he cursed out his own daughter.
You know,
he was like, he called us something else. Though.
Right.
He didn't just call us spoiled. He called us something.
You're
like,
a spoiled little brat.
He called us something else though.
And
like
how
worse
many?
than that. He said something else worse.
But how many fathers? And Wes, you're a father. I'm a godfather. How many of us have or know someone that has a daughter that really walks around thinking that she's the it at 8 years old?
No
And nobody
nonsense.
can tell her nothing.
He called her
he called her
pig.
pig.
Oh God, that was so bad. It's like, oh man.
But that was his own kid. That was his own kid.
Yeah.
If anybody got the right to sit there, and I'm saying this right, but I'm saying if anybody got the right to call their child something, it's the parent. But the culture was like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know, because this is the cultures that we live in nowadays. Half the stuff that parents did to us when we was kids, like God forbid, if there is a parent there that gives his child a beating, oh my God. You are the antichrist. You need to go to jail. How dare you put your hands on that little kid? I understand he just went there and threw rocks through 16 windows and stole a car, but how dare you put your hands on him? Come on, man.
Well, there's something circulating the internet, and I'm trying to wait for Kev to get back online so we can start the verses. There was something that was circulating the internet where a man came up to his son. They filmed it, and he was like, "Hey, didn't I tell you to get off YouTube, stay off YouTube?" But whatever he told the son, they went there. He took the son's PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4. All right, 5 just came out. Took the son's PlayStation 4, and he went and he put it in a bag, took it outside. He made the son. He gave him a hammer. He made the son break the PlayStation. Smash it himself. He was like smashing. The son's like crying, like, oh, I don't want to do it. And then he smashes it a couple times. He's like, nah, you ain't doing it enough. You ain't doing it good enough. He took the PlayStation and put it under his car wheel and rolled over it. Right in front of his, and it's like, yeah, I told you that I'm going, you don't listen to me. You not, whatever he told him to do, he didn't do. He said, I told you to stay off YouTube, whatever. He said, well, there you go. That's it for this. Done.
Mm-hmm.
So he broke it into a zillion pieces and gave it back to him. And people were saying, "Oh my God, that's traumatic. It's traumatizing."
That's okay.
I was just like, I'm like, let me tell you something.
But if he would have paid attention, and you know what's bad about that? It's that it's the people that sit on the sidelines. The people that sit on the sidelines hand. I remember a long time ago, right? I was with my nephew, my two nieces. We were coming back from the movie. We were on a bus, right? And my nephew, he was like 12 years old, right? He was looking around and he found what turned out to be a crack pipe was sitting on the floor of the bus. I told him to leave it alone. What does this fool do? He goes and he picks it up. And
because you telling him to leave it alone.
Right.
His
so he picked
translation. It up. Pick it up, please.
Exactly. So I told him like 3 times leave it alone, and the last time he picked up, I said, you know what? When we get back to the house, I'm gonna beat the holy hell out of you because I told you to leave that alone. I knew what it was, and there was other people on the bus, and I'm not even kidding. When people get on my, they say, "Yo, brother," I'll like, that's what you're supposed to do with your kid. They thought he was my son. He was my nephew. But that's the thing. Parents are too damn soft on these kids nowadays. Too soft.
Nonsense said, she said, Lord, my mama would be in jail today for what she done. Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Rest in peace, mama. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
But
mama.
You know something?
But, yeah, you know what?
Rest in peace, mom. But you know nonsense and West.
Go ahead.
This the thing though. For what our parents did to us as kids, we appreciate it because we are not the mess ups that we could have been.
Mm-hmm.
We all could have been screwed up. And I remember my mom threw some discipline in me.
I was right.
But she said, Yeah, but she said, I'd rather you deal with me than have you deal with the police or the other man.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take care of you. Nobody else should take care of you, me, because I'm the parent. And parents nowadays don't do that. They're too soft on their kids because they're scared. Oh, he's gonna call little Timmy's gonna call Dyfus. They're gonna call the cops. You know what? Come get him. Come get him. Because little Timmy got an attitude problem. He think he all that at 6 years old. Look, man, go get a job. Go get a job.
Oh, trust me, dude. It's crazy right now. But you know what? Like I said, when the dude did that with the PlayStation, I was like, yeah, I paid for it. So guess what? I could smash it if I want to. I bought it for you. And you know what? Even if you bought it for yourself, you in my house, boy. Give me this thing. You know, I'm taking it from you. And he decided to smash it up. That's ridiculous. He wants him to remember. He's trying to protect him. I saw people in comments talk about all of this because of YouTube with like 20 question marks. I'm like, yes, because young kids should not be on YouTube. They shouldn't be on YouTube watching a bunch of garbage or anything else on social media. Yeah, I feel younger kid. He was a young kid. You know what I mean? I feel young kids shouldn't even be on social media like that because it's too unfiltered. It's too unchecked. It's too potentially dangerous. So, you know, the internet really and social media is really, young people. It's a young people's game, a world, but it shouldn't be for really young people. And if he gave you an order, I don't care what it is, he gave you an instruction to stay off YouTube, could have been anything. Hey, I got my granddaughter. My daughter's going through the same thing, trying to keep, my granddaughter, love her to death. She's, going through something right now where she's going through that age, that phase where she just don't want to listen. She just want to continue to. It's like, my daughter's like, are you like a freaking masochist or something? Like, do you like it? But it's like, same deal though, I find myself telling my daughter, hey, this things you know how you were raised. My daughter know how she was raised, and my daughter didn't get a lot of spanking. She didn't get a lot from, but she got her share because she was doing.
I got my fair share.
Me too. I mean, I didn't get a whole bunch. Let my siblings tell it. My brother, my sister, rest in peace. She would have told you, that I didn't get that many at all. My sister got a few. Didn't get enough. I didn't get enough. I was, I probably didn't. I was the one. I was cutting school. I was cutting elementary school, dude. I wasn't even. I was cutting elementary school.
That's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame, dude.
That's a damn shame.
I cut elementary school. I lived in Deer Park, New York at the time, out in Suffolk County. I cut middle. This might have been middle school. It was middle school. I cut middle school. My mother dropped me off at the school. I went in the door and went out the back door. I took a train. I took a bus to a train to a bus all the way to get to Roosevelt. I got to Roosevelt, Long Island, where my girlfriend at the time / now baby mama was living, and she didn't have any house rules, so I was able to just come over there. And I went there as, of course, someone, back then I come from an era of you see something, say something. If one of my mother or other parents or someone who knew my mother saw my ass on the bus and she ratted me out with no problem, was like, yeah, I saw your son. Then it was like I went. It took me like 3 hours to get from Deer Park to Roosevelt on the bus, train, and everything else, right? I wasn't in this girl's house for more than an hour before my mother was there on my ass. It was like I'll grant you, I'm like 14 years old at the time. And I'm like, my mom's I'm sitting in there. I'm chilling in the room with her. Then I hear a knock. What the hell? Her mother's like, "Yeah, your mother's here." I'm like, "Huh? What?" I'm looking for a window. I'm looking for a window to jump out of. I couldn't find one, and I was like, "Yo, what the hell's going on?" My mom's came in, and this is the funniest thing, man. My mother is funny now. It wasn't funny then. My mom's knew I was always when I was 14, I looked like I was, 20. Like I was always looked older than my age, right? So my mom's told me, I ain't hitting you with no belt or nothing like that. You too big. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
Get the switch.
straight. I mean,
Get the
no, let me
switch.
tell you, no, not even the switch, brother. She said, "What the hell are you doing here?" Before I could answer, I'm like, "Why you ask me?" And you ain't even let me answer. Before I could answer her, she two-pieced me, no biscuit. Pop, pop. I was like, "Yo."
Damn,
Gave me the two-piece with no biscuit, yo. I was
no
like,
gravy. Like, damn.
yo, two-pieced me. Bop, bop. I was like, yo. And my mom's used to wear rings. My mom's used to floss. She wore rings, everything. She didn't take her rings off or nothing. She just popped me 2 times. And I'm standing there trying not to cry. You know what I'm saying? You know how you go like this?
Right, yep. She said, "Don't cry. Don't cry. I'm gonna give you some more." Yeah.
I'm trying not to
Don't
cry.
cry. You cry. I'm gonna give you some more.
I'm trying not to cry because my girl right here at the time, she just looking like this. Oh shit!
Damn.
And she
next.
just saw me. She just saw me get two-pieced by my mom's, and I was like, "Yo, that was crazy, man." And so it was two things. My ego was hurt. My ego was really hurt, but my face was hurt. So my mom said, "Play with me, man." She's like, "Yo, you too big to be getting a belt. That ain't gonna hurt you." So she just did. I was like, "Why'd you even ask me the question? If you just gonna pop me in my mouth, you should have just swung on me. You didn't. I wasn't expecting you to pop me while I was talking."
Man, my mom whipped my ass one time, and now looking back on it, it's funny. It wasn't funny then. We had went right. We used to go camping when me and my brother was teenagers. And this one year we was at this campsite, and the campsite had a rec center that had video games, right? So one day my mom asked me to clean the back of the car, and I was cleaning the car, and I find this bag. The bag had like 10 Susan B. Anthony dollars in it. I was like, "Oh damn!" I took all the dollars, turned them into quarters. I'm there playing Asteroid, Pac-Man, blah blah. Right? We get all the way back home a week later. Right, we're cleaning out the car, and my mom hit me. And she said, "Ralph, did you happen to see this bag in the back of the car? Like, what was it?" She said, "Well, it has some Susan B. Anthony." I said, "Oh yeah, I saw." She said, "Where are they?" I said, "I spent them." She's like, "You what?" I said, "Yeah, I spent them. Finders keepers." Like, "Oh, finders keepers." Okay.
Finders keepers. Okay.
Come here.
Well, you about to find this ass whooping, and you gonna keep it.
Yeah. But she laughed. She was like, "Finders keepers," and like he said that with it. She looked at my stepfather. She's like, "Buddy, he said that with a straight face. Finders keepers, really?"
He said,
"I'm gonna beat his ass." I'm gonna beat his ass.
I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find this belt, and you gonna keep it. How about that? You gonna keep this?
And no, I'm gonna tell you this. My mom didn't. No, she didn't have a belt. You know, school days with the paddle, the wooden paddle.
Yeah.
She had one of those that said and one it was wooden, and one side it said "Bless this house." It got blessed, all right. It got blessed.
Bless this house. That is ironic.
But I deserved it. I didn't think I deserved it then when I was 14. But now looking back at it, it's funny now. It wasn't funny back then. Back then it was like, what I do. That's what you find. Finders keepers, losers keepers.
And I'll tell you
found
one.
and now you're gonna start whooping.
I'm gonna give you another condensed one, and then I'm moving on. One time, I did the same shit, same girl. I snuck out. It was, me and my cousin. We was over there. My cousin was dating her sister. We was over their house all night. We was supposed to been at his house. His mom's figured out we snuck out the house. Told my moms. Like, see, that's what parents stuck together. Nowadays, you if I tell on somebody, kid, to their parent, they ready to fight me. They getting all mad because parents these days now is, they just as ratchet as the kids. They just as immature as the kids. They were more so because that's where the kids got it from. But anyway, They're like, yo,
Yeah.
long story short, we got caught. This time I found a window to jump out of. I jumped out of the window. Me and my cousin jumped out of the window on the side of the house. And my mother was there, and my parents was there, my mother and my father, and they had a cop with them because they were trying to find us. We was gone for several hours. They asked us if they asked them, we sent one of the girls to the door to lie and said we wasn't there. They staked out the house. We jumped out the window. And then of course my dumb ass, I'm getting out the window, and then I lean back in because my girl's like, oh wait, let me give you a kiss goodbye. I lean back in to get a kiss, and then I fell out the window. My ass fell out the window, and the cop saw me. I see a big light shined on me, and then me and my cousin start running. Cops' cars skidding around the corner. We're literally running from the cops because my parents was there. My father running behind the cop car. It was just wild, yo. Long story short, when I got caught, yo, talk about the ass whooping of a century. When my mother almost jumped in the back seat to tear my ass up, she was so pissed off. I'm in the back seat, and I was in the back seat to mumbling. I wasn't talking slick. I was mumbling slick. I was trying to mumble.
Are you talking under your breath?
I was talking under my breath. Yeah. Nah, man, you don't do that. Mothers hear that shit. You can't talk under your breath.
Say, huh? Okay.
You can't talk under your breath.
Nope.
My mom,
nope. That's
my
worse.
mom's in the back.
Talking under your breath
she turned
to your
around
mom is
while my
worse than
father's
talking back.
driving. This was literally like the Fresh Prince song. They took turns. One would beat me while the other was driving. Like they did the same thing. Like my mom's literally turned around, started whooping my ass. It was just like crazy, It's just wild. But that's just stories. But you know what? I deserved it. This is what it is. If something like that was to happen now, people would be like, oh. So I mean, it's all
Maybe
good.
butthurt.
I don't know what happened to Kev.
Now. Yeah, we're Kevin.
I don't know what happened to Kev, man. I guess we'll have to get started without him, and we'll rely on our chat rooms like we did before. Let's see. Let me just run up in here. She said, "Yep." She said, "So the 2-piece didn't learn you, huh?" Nope, I didn't learn from the 2-piece. No nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn, man. I needed that biscuit, so she gave me the biscuit the second time.
Yo, let me ask you a question before. At what age did you you kept doing stuff and getting in trouble? What age you said either I need to stop get myself in trouble, or I need to be smarter on how I do my dirt?
Actually, the funny thing is, not too long after that, I kind of just stopped getting in trouble because I had got into trouble. Tell you what that means. Not too long after that, my girl became pregnant with my first daughter, and so I had a child at 15, and that's what I mean by I got into the trouble. But I had to get a job, so I didn't have time to get in trouble. I had to get a job at that point. I was working. That's the first thing my father said to me when I had to tell him.
Can't be grounding me and I gotta go to work.
He was like, well, hope you get a job.
Get a job.
That was that. So that's what I did. From that point on, I was working.
Get a job because she ain't living here. She ain't living in. She ain't moving in.
I had to get the job, and I did. And that was it. I was forced. You want to act grown, you gotta be grown. So I had to. I was forced to go into the job market, go into the job field, and keep it moving. So I was doing that. My daughter is now 30. You know what I mean? I'm 15 years older than her. She's now 30, and it's all good, man. It was crazy. It was hard as a motherfucker, but that's when I stopped getting into trouble. Kev's back on, so we can get to the verses. I'm gonna bring him back in. Let me just put the verses up here. All right, Kev's back in. We'll get to the verses.
Left Negro, why you lying? You still getting in trouble. Stop it.
Yeah, right.
He's just smarter. He's just smarter at hiding it. That's all.
Exactly.
Well, with my daughter, but I went through it with my daughter. So when my daughter thought she was, I love how kids think they invented shit, right? So I'm like, This is a rerun, girl. I've been through this. I said, here's the problem. I didn't get caught like you. I only got caught because those couple times I disclosed to y'all when I got my ass beat. That's when I got caught. I said, but all the other stuff I did, I didn't get caught. So I'm saying to my daughter, she got caught all the time. And I remember her talking. I used to teach too. So I remember her talking to one of my students saying, well, my father's always a step ahead of me. Yeah. Because she was the ringleader. My daughter was the ringleader, getting everybody on the block in trouble. They all following her. They dummies following her. And she planned whatever, all the kids cutting school together or something like that. And boy, I whoop her ass and then go and tell everybody. Go tell all the parents. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have let's get us a little let's get us a little ass whipping soul train. Let's go. Let's get a soul train line. Come down the soul train line, whooping ass. All of us together, all the parents. So that's what I did, man. But I went through it with her. She wasn't that bad though. She didn't get that many herself, but she did the same things I did. That's how I was able to stay ahead of her.
Payback. It was payback. That's what it was.
That's what that was. That's karma. And I'd say the same thing to her with my granddaughter. I'm like, well, she's like, but her mouth. I said, well, she got it honest. She got it honest. I said, her mouth is slick. She got it honest. Your mouth was slick. That's why you got choked up all the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
all I have to say is no comment.
Like I said, my daughter know. I swear, I think that was the day I discovered I had the force. Because I think I did the straight Darth Vader choke on her. Because I was in the street and she was on the steps. And I was telling her to get your ass in the house. And then I drove away and I came back. She was still outside. I was like, I told you get your ass in the house. And she was like, she said, I'm going. She said, I'm going. Yo, I don't know how I got from the street to the steps that quick with my hand around her neck. I was like, I find your lack of faith disturbing. That's what I did. That's what it was. Yo. I'm like, yo, you ain't, yeah. So that's crazy. I'm not even good. I guess the people are going to be,
they're going to start watching the show. They're like, damn.
They can start watching show. He's an abuser.
He's an abuser.
Oh, man.
You know what?
He's a mean daddy.
No nonsense says, I remember growing up where the neighbors used to whoop you before you got home, and then you got 3 whippings before I hit the door.
Listen, I know how to answer. I know how to answer all of this right now. I know how to clear up for anybody who's talking about, oh, you're abusive, you're an abusive parent. His kid is not in jail. His kid hasn't been in jail. Mm-hmm. His kid makes good money. Mm-hmm. His kid can take flights whenever she wants to. Mm-hmm. She takes care of both of her kids by herself. Mm-hmm. She makes enough money to where she can lend me some and still live good.
I'd be like, let me hold some.
Damn.
Exactly. So you know what? If he choked this kid up a little bit and roughed her up a little bit, guess what? This is the outcome that you're looking for. I can say the same thing with my kid. My kid is a college graduate. She was a manager at Starbucks. Yeah. I can't say my kid ain't been arrested because my kid had to beat somebody down. So she does have an assault. She has a justifiable assault charge under her, which we take that as a badge of honor because you ain't a Davis, you ain't a Davis or a Hewley unless you got a charge. So we all have at least one charge, or I'll put it like this: we all have a one charge, or at least we have charges that are what they call that. What do they call those charges when they hide them under the record? You go do your little community service or whatever, and they hide it under, or you get an ACOD. There's some members of my family that have ACODs, me included. But listen, if your kid is good and is doing the right thing and is raising their kids good, listen, ain't shit you can say. Choke them out.
Do. Like I said, because of the things that she did get in trouble for, just like me, it kept me from, and my parents only asked me for 2 things. I don't want to have to come to the cemetery, and I don't want to have to come to the jail. That's all I want to do. If you could do that, not embarrass me, I'll give you whatever you want. You ain't gotta want
Graduate
for nothing.
college. Graduate high school. Graduate high school. That was
just don't let me.
Your one job. Your one job is get
one
good
job.
grades. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
I told
And
my
don't
niece
let me-
when my niece was 15 years old, she started getting interested in boys, and I said, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. You got three rules. Three rules. Rule number one: you must finish high school. Rule number two: you will not be doing drugs, and rule number three: you will not get pregnant." And I said, "Now, those are your three rules. You interpret them any way that you want to, but those three rules will happen before you turn 18."
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I didn't sit here and say you couldn't have sex. I said you just can't get pregnant. I didn't sit here and say that you had to be valedictorian. I said you got to graduate high school.
Yeah.
Those are the only three things you got to do.
That's a basic thing.
I told mine in front of all of her friends, and I told them included. If you friends with my daughter, guess what? I'm now Uncle Kevin. So guess what? Ain't no fucking going on here. I told them in front of dudes, and they everybody know what's
Did you
Mr.
do like
Kevin's
bad boys?
what's
Did you do
Mr.
the
Kevin
bad boys thing?
I like bad boys.
what's Mr. Kevin's line? Ain't no fucking going on here. What you got a job? Oh, you could take care of a baby. Now, granted, the one thing I can say, out of the 10 of Imani friends that she was friends with in school, only with her included, only 3 of them got kids. The rest of them either went to the army and college or graduated college, but none of them, the rest of them don't have kids.
Well,
it's only 3 of them that got kids, and only one of them had a kid early, and that's because she was outside of the circle.
I know, right? So we're going into the movie versus, and this director versus is going to be Martin Scorsese versus Brian De Palma, and yeah, we'll get started on it and get going. Brian De Palma has some joints, man. He had a lot of films that I did like, even early in his career. I mean, these are not all of their films, obviously. These are like their bigger films in order type of deal. So here we go. With no further ado, we are going to the movie versus. Let's see. Here we go. He said, "I love this versus." Jimmy A says, he said, "I love this versus ass whippings." He said these versus ass whippings. So I guess he's
Hey, Wes, before you get into the thing, have you figured out how to play sound bites?
No. I had a sound bite from I do have the Tom Cruise sound bite. I was gonna play the entire thing so people can hear the entire portion of it, but
well, no, when we do these verses, right, before we start, you need to play the sound bite from Harlem Nights where my homeboy said, Don't take this ass whipping personally.
Yeah, right. I have figured out I have to upload sound bites. It's weird how I have to do it, but yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Try not to take this ass whipping personally.
Here we go. Brian De Palma, Martin Scorsese. So number 1, Mean Streets, Martin Scorsese versus number 1, Carrie, Brian De Palma. Stephen King.
Wait, what's the Barty?
Martin Scorsese is Mean Streets.
Oh, fuck Marty. Carrie.
Martin Scorsese is Mean Streets, and it's Carrie versus Brian De Palma's Carrie.
I am sorry.
Carrie.
I am sorry. I'm giving my vote to Martin Scorsese for no other reason that Carrie to this day is the one movie that I refuse to watch again.
Stop being a pussy, Ralph. Ralph, take the P out your middle name, Ralph, and watch the movie. Stop being scary, Ralph.
Nope.
Didn't you read the book, Ralph? Didn't you read the book?
Sure, he didn't read
or was it the book that scared you?
No.
Or was the cover of the book that scared you?
Let me, to those that's listening to this, I'm gonna tell you this story. I tell all the time. But when I was like 4 years, when Carrie came out, I think I was either 4 or 5 years old, right? My mom, we were over at a friend's house. My mom gave me a choice. She told me, remember, I said, we going to the movies. We can either go see the Pink Panther or go see Carrie. My dumb ass said, let's go see Carrie. I knew what the Pink Panther was. I did not know it was a horror movie, right? Now, it comes on, and I'm seeing this in the movie theater. Comes on the whole beginning when the shower, okay, you see the period blood, okay. I was going good until the pig blood. Pig blood got me. But what did it at the end that made me running out the theater was the hand coming out of the ground.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good one. That's
Now-
we actually did. Me and my brother, we do that show to break down. We broke down the top 10 scariest moments in
Jump
films.
scares.
And that was in there. Yeah, that was in there. We had that moment. That was a very frightening moment for people who was not expecting.
It's terrifying.
So,
It's terrifying.
with that being said,
But Ralph,
Wait.
the whole movie is about ESP. How are you scared of ESP?
I'm 4 or 5 years old. I don't know none of this stuff. I was good. So, but here's where it gets worse. So we go home, right? Go home, and one day I'm cleaning with my mom, and my mom had the Stephen King book Carrie. Now, whenever a movie gets made into a
Joseph has a message for you, Ralph. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
That's a damn shame.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Thank you, Joseph. I see how you're exploiting my pain. I see how you're exploiting my pain. Right. But here's where the story gets worse, right? Is that Thank you for laughing at my pain. I really appreciate it.
Oh my god!
But what happened is that one day I'm cleaning up the living room, and my mom had Kev, it ain't that funny. It ain't that funny.
Kev, mute your mic.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man.
All I can hear is Tanner saying they're all gonna laugh at you. And Tanner's voice, yo, Tanner, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
That's a damn shame.
He said, "Yeah."
My mom had the.
Go ahead, Ralph.
My mom had the book Carrie, right? Now, a lot of times what they used to do is that when they took the book and they made a movie, they would put an image of the movie on the cover of the book. So what's the image on the book was the image of Carrie with all the pig blood on her. So for years, this book used to terrorize me. It was so bad that I took the book, and because the way our apartment was set up, I always figured that one day Carrie would come walking into our bedroom in the blood, and it used to freak me out. So one day it freaked me out so bad that I saw it. I took the book and I threw it on the back porch underneath the freezer, so that it would never come. It would never come out. Never.
And let me guess. It reappeared on the shelf.
No. Thank God, because I would have left. Left.
You lucky I'm not like I wasn't like your brother or.
That book would have made it back on the shelf. It would have made it back on the shelf. Or under your pillow.
Yeah, under your pillow. It'd have been under your pillow.
Nope.
I don't play that. I used to.
But wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you this. You know how I balanced out my fear. I used to get Star Wars figures. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the day when Star Wars came out, right? They used to have the Darth Vader head thing where you could put the toys, the figures inside.
It was a case. It was a carrying case.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I did was that where my bet was that I put the Darth Vader head right behind my head. So if Carrie was gonna come out, you would see Darth Vader behind. He was like, I ain't taking that fight. I ain't taking that fight. that was my quote unquote kryptonite.
Now they're all gonna laugh at your logic.
That actually would be a good fight though. Carrie versus Darth Vader.
The Force versus the Force. Because basically the Force is the same thing. Yeah. It's the Force.
That would be an interesting fight. Carrie.
No, but Carrie wouldn't want that ass whooping. She wouldn't want that ass whooping.
Yo, bro, she had that smoke though. She had the smoke ready.
She had the smoke. Ralph, I hate to disappoint you, but she had the smoke for Darth Vader. That's why we're laughing at your logic right now.
It's all good though.
You'd have been like Vader. She'd have been like, so.
With all of that,
made you levitate out the bed.
With all of that being said, I'm going with Carrie. I think that's one of the few Stephen King films that was portrayed very well in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think
I can't
Brian
believe it,
Palmer
Ralph.
did a very, very good job.
Darth
That's an
Vader.
earlier film. It's not his first film, but it's one of his earlier films. I'm going with Carrie on that one. Carrie, Brian Palmer wins that one. Number 2 is going to be.
And real quick,
Hmm?
also with that being said, I have never seen any of the Carrie sequels or remakes. I'm not
Don't bother. You're not missing nothing. But that was the one. That
No,
Carrie,
actually, the one with Homegirl was okay.
it was
The one with Zoe,
It was alright. It was alright. But
the one with the girl from Kick Ass,
Chloe,
that was
Chloe
okay.
Moritz, yeah.
Yeah. That one was okay.
It was
Actually,
decent. It wasn't. I mean, it doesn't compare. Really, to me, the only thing that really made the movie was what's her name? The redhead chick.
Sissy Spacek.
No, that's. I mean, no.
no. He's talking about in the remake.
The only thing I liked about the remake was why can't I think of her name?
I know
you're talking about. I can't think of her name either.
I love her too. The redhead.
Oh yeah, that's what's the name from Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore, yeah.
She did a very good job. That's why I said the sexual rock, because she did a really good job as the mother.
She's hot.
So
yeah, that too. That part.
I didn't know it, but I met her. I actually met her one year when I was at Universal Studios. I was in this line to go on a Transformer ride for 3 hours. And it turns out Juliana Moore, her family were standing right next to me. And I never even knew it. The girl, my friend I was with, she said, that's Juliana Moore. I was like, why is this? She said, because she's entitled to an off day. I was like, well, yeah, but still, I mean,
Julianne Moore, man. And she's sexy too. Always been to me.
And then the funny thing is that we were leaving.
I don't know why. I love
she
gingers.
hot.
Her. I like all of these gingers that got the the true like red hair, but
yeah. See, she's one of the few people where if her name was on the marquee, I'm gonna go watch the movie. If it says Juliana Moore,
good actress.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Very good actress. So she just kind of got a raw deal with the she had played Clarice Starling, and a lot of people but she did a good job as that too. But
she did a good job at that.
She was following Jodie Foster and everybody. Yeah,
she did. Because she following Jodie Foster. That's why.
Following Jodie Foster behind it, and so she caught heat for that, but she did do a good job. You know what I mean? She's a good actress.
Damn good job. There was nothing bad about that movie at all.
She's a good actress. So anyway, now number 2, Taxi Driver. Martin Scorsese, Taxi Driver. What the hell? Ralph, what are you doing over there?
That's not me.
That was me. That was me. That was
I'm
actually
like, Ralph, Kev, what are you doing over there? Both of y'all, man, you got Ralph scratching. We got like maracas and shit going on.
Oh my god. That's my fingers against the computer.
Against the computer. Yeah, we hear it very loudly. Get a mouse. So, is there a mouse house? Okay, Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver number 2, Martin Scorsese versus Brian De Palma's The Fury.
Oh, The Fury.
Nah, Taxi Driver. I gotta stick with Taxi Driver. You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm going to Taxi Driver on that one. The Fury was dope though. Brian De Palma he's such a unique director, man, because he could be scary and he can do like good drama stuff too. You know what I mean? Like
Marty can learn something.
A lot of his
damn, that's low, man.
Yeah, it was fighting words.
That's even I gotta say that's a low blow, man. Low blow.
I mean, a lot of Brian's early stuff was like horror type stuff too.
Gritty stuff.
A lot of his early stuff. All right, but Taxi Driver's got that one. Okay, number 3, Raging Bull versus number 3, Dressed to Kill.
Oh, Dressed to Kill.
Kev's going with all of the horrors.
I know. I gotta stick with Raging Bull, man. I mean, Dressed to Kill was okay. Angie Dickinson, Michael Caine, it was okay, but it's not Raging Bull, man. The transformation that De Niro does alone is like, wow. and then the makeup is.
No, it was great. But I gotta go with Raging Bull on that one too. It was a better film, overall. I love Dress to Kill though, but okay. So now we have the King of Comedy, Martin Scorsese, also starring Robert De Niro, versus Blowout, Brian De Palma.
I didn't see either one of those, so I'm gonna go with Brian De Palma just because.
He's like, I didn't see one of them. I'm just gonna say Brian De Palma.
Wow, that's a damn
King
shame.
of Comedy. You kind of saw the King of Comedy, Kev. It's
Joker.
called Joker.
No, I saw the Joker. I saw the Joker.
I know that, but they took a lot. Trust me. Watch King of Comedy.
I understand that, but
elements
I understand that. But Martin Scorsese didn't direct that, so I saw the Joker.
He did that,
and so
but
yes, I did.
What
was the title? What was the title of the movie?
It was The King of Joker.
The Joker. What are you, 5?
Petty. Seems like you're petty. So, yeah, that's funny.
I'm gonna go with King of Comedy. And I'll tell you why. It was a very good movie. It's one thing to see Robert De Niro, because I think this is really the first time you're really seeing him like in a comedic role.
Mm-hmm.
But they took Jerry Lewis and put him into a deep drama. Mm-hmm. It was like, for years you see this guy as a professor where he's making you laugh, but now he looks like the washed up, not washed up, but like the has-been guy still like holding on to a talk show that has some sense of relevancy. It was kind of like he was Johnny Carson to a degree. But
what year did this come out? I'm about to put this on my list.
Like 82, I think like 82, 83 it came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. Really good movie. But I'm going with the King of Comedy. Oh, Blowout. John Travolta as a sound effects guy. Listen, and nah.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what was that about?
John Travolta was like this sound effects guy that heard a murder on a tape, and he's taking the whole movie trying to figure out. Come on, man. Come on, Vinny. Come on, Vinny Barbarino. I'm just saying, you trying to figure out who did murder. You know what I'm saying?
Vinny Barbarino.
Danny Zuko. Danny Zuko. Yeah, all right. So we're going with King of Comedy as well. King of Comedy wins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, number 5. After Hours, Martin Scorsese versus number 5. I don't even know why we're saying this. Scarface.
What is there to talk about? What is there
to talk about, bruh?
Now, see me.
Let's talk about it. This is the moment of quotables.
Listen. I'm gonna for this one. I'm going against Scarface. I'm taking After Hours.
My god!
Because, listen, all that guy wanted to do
was
go home. All he wanted to do was go home. Go home. He had the Date from Hell that kept turning worse and worse and worse. All he wanted to do was go the hell home, and nobody would let him go home. And he's like, I think it was like set in like a 7-block area in New York City in the middle of the night. He had the hot chick, Roseanne, that turned out dying, and then he gets implicated in her murder, and then he gets kidnapped by Cheech and Chong. It's like, come on, man, like I just want to go home. And the numbers break down.
Scarface even more.
Come on, bro. Scarface, like no nonsense said. Scarface next.
I'm taking Marty. I got you with After Hours, man. The After Hours is a great movie.
Next up is
that movie ain't even worth 5 minutes of the 3 hours that was Scarface. Get out of here. Date from Hell.
Next up,
say hello to my little friend. Date from Hell.
Number 6, The Color of Money.
Hatred, man. The hatred is deep. Hatred is deep.
Martin Scorsese, The Color of Money, number 6, versus number 6, Body Double.
Body Double? Oh, dang. What?
I go with Body Double, too. I think Body
Double. Bill Moore, what?
Come on. Any movie. any movie that Frankie Goes to Hollywood Cup steps up and he does Relax Live, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yo, bro, that scene alone with what's that damn it. What was the scene? Well, there was a lot with that. Well, the dancing, the little dance thing that she did, he was over there. Yeah, that movie was crazy, yo.
Yeah. When he killed it with the drill with the long ass head, he was like,
Yo, the sexual innuendo, yo, yo,
that movie,
that I have to almost say, I dare I say this, that movie was almost, I want to say that was kind of my push over the edge into, oh, is this kind of what porn is?
Well, it's a set in the porn world.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yo,
When Melanie
I don't know
Griffin
what
used
it
to
was.
look
I
good.
don't know what it was about that movie. And usually I'm not. Usually I don't like I could watch a movie and like all the sex shit don't really mean nothing to me. It ain't all that spectacular to me. But for some reason that movie was just like as a teen for a young Kevin. That movie was everything. I had to see that movie like 2 or 3 times in a movie, and I know I saw it back to back the first day I saw it.
Yo,
I actually
Body
sat in
Double
theaters.
that scene with Melanie Griffin doing a
Yeah.
little dance, because she was the body double, right?
Yeah.
And man, that whole movie was crazy, bro. When that dude was running with the drill, man, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, that movie was insane, man. Yo, listen.
Body double wins. So let's move on. Let's pick it up. Okay, body double wins. That's Brian De Palma there. Number 6. No, that was number 6. Number 7. Martin Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ versus number 7, Wise Guys.
Oh, Wise Guys.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Wise
See,
Guys.
at times, The Last Temptation of Christ is certainly a different take of the story that we all heard of as kids. It's certainly a different take of it.
More white lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little too much for me. I was like, nah, I can't get with this. So Wise Guys, move on. Next, number 8. This is a good one. Goodfellas versus number 8, The Untouchables.
Oh, Jesus.
See, that's that bullshit right there, man.
Well,
say it, Ralph. Cutthroat.
That's that bull. That's that bullshit. I gotta come up with a new statement because that's some bull.
Yeah.
The
Untouchables versus Goodfellas. Let's go. Let's see what is the chat room thing. No Nonsense says Goodfellas all day. She said, "Wow, all day." Did you see?
Well, No Nonsense is full of shit. Because God damn it, The Untouchables.
I say, she said all day Goodfellas. And let's see.
Listen, the action.
Is anybody keeping score? Yeah, we're keeping score. We are.
The action, the drama. Hell, I only got to say one word: Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Hell, I could say 2 words: Robert De Niro. Hell, I could say 3 words: Kevin Costner, or 3 names. Listen, I can go on and on and on.
Robert De Niro was in Goodfellas too.
Yeah. De Niro wasn't Goodfellas, but that was actually a Joe Pesci show. That was the Joe Pesci show.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna really quickly unpack this because I'm thinking, all right, both films based on true people, real people.
Yep.
Obviously both gangster films. The Untouchables to me, Untouchables was a film that the narrative of that was told as, good guy versus bad guy type deal. Whereas The Untouchables was told from the point of view of the bad guy, so to speak. Right?
You mean Goodfellas?
I'm saying, Untouchables in Goodfellas was told from the
perspective of the bad guy.
Of the quote unquote bad guy / good guy, right? I mean, it's really tough for me, to be honest with you. I'm probably gonna have reluctantly. I'm gonna have to go with the Untouched. Not reluctantly, but because I like both films. But the Untouchables. Damn, it's tough.
Listen, I'm about to keep it a buck. The Untouchables hit different. Period. Listen, let's just tell it what it is.
It does. Untouchables does hit differently. And if this was against Last Temptation of Christ, it would have been a no-brainer, the Untouchables. But you're going against Goodfellas. I mean, the chemistry not only between the Pesci, De Niro, and Leota, but you also you can't forget about Lorraine Bracco, what she brought to the thing, and what's his name that played Big Paulie. You can't Sorvino. I mean, it was just more to it. And this guy who all he wanted to be was a gangster, and then what he went through to get out, like he had to
snitch.
Exactly, because other times betray the values that he held the most, which was his family. He had to betray them more because they were going to kill him, right? And you're right, Untouchables got Sean Connery and Garcia. I mean, come on. Yeah, I got him. 2.
Yeah, boom. 2. Yeah, that was. I mean, it was just so. Wow, it's really tough for me, man.
I gotta give it with like the slightest of edge to Goodfellas.
It's like, listen, it's not even the slightest of edge. Because here's the main thing about Goodfellas. I mean, here's the main thing about Untouchables. Every time you thought you was going to see, like you couldn't see anymore, like it couldn't go there anymore, they went there. And for the time period, that was like, for the time period that it was released, and for it to be a period piece for the time period that it was released in, it was everything. It gave you everything you wanted in a movie, especially in that type of movie. It just, I mean, yes, it romanticized a gangsterism. It gave you everything. Where Goodfellas was just about a snitch. Let's just keep it a buck.
Well, I mean, it is about it, but I'm just saying, it's
a good movie.
But you don't know that. It's
a great movie. It's a great movie.
But even with that part, snitch, you don't know that he's a snitch really until the end. It's not like it started at the beginning when you found out he was a snitch, and
listen, I don't care if it was in the beginning or the middle or the end. A snitch is a snitch.
Well, I think. Wow, I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm gonna go with the Untouchables only because I just think it was just a slight edge over it. The storytelling.
I still say Marty could learn something from somebody else.
No, that was no. I'm not gonna. I ain't co-sided that at all. You hate Marty.
You hate Marty, man.
You can hate on him all you want. Bruh.
That's straight shade. That is straight shade.
He killed it with that film. It was a great film. It wasn't a good film. It was a great film.
It was a good film.
It's a damn good movie.
Great film. Great acting. Good storytelling of a true story.
Come on, when Pesci died, he was like, no, they did him dirty. They did him dirty.
Yeah, they did do him dirty. I will say that they did do him dirty.
They did him real dirty, yo.
Real dirty.
What happens? It just shows you. I mean, some of the lines in there were great when with the when he said, your murderers come with smiles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What he did.
Yeah. Listen, that's the one thing I will give it. One thing I will give it is Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta gave a new dynamic to monologues.
Well, yeah,
in my opinion.
And on top of that, they really brought you in to the gangster lifestyle and broke down how all of this stuff works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really breaking down. That's what he said. Like, your murderers comes with smiles. People that you cared about all your life are the ones that do you in. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the lifestyle. So yeah, but I gotta go with Untouchables on it because it was just the way it was put together as well, the storytelling, the action, all of it, man. It had the nice art.
I don't think Wes, I'll let you say it. Sean Connery's line. What did he tell them? How did he tell them you had to be?
Oh, he
If
said,
they do what? What did he say?
"This is how you want to get Capone." He pulls a
That's how you
knife.
get 'em.
You pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital. You send one of his to the morgue.
To the morgue.
Chicago, man.
Listen, that right there. Oh my God, yo.
That's Chicago.
And he said that with such authority. Like, yo,
That was
like
Bond.
look.
That's Bond
Like,
right there.
look.
He said,
Exactly.
remember he said that to when he caught the dude before. That was when he got killed. Unfortunately, they set him up. He's like, "Isn't that just like a wop? Brings a knife to a gunfight." Yeah, he said, "Isn't that just like a wop? Brings a knife to a gunfight." I was like, "Yo, this thing is stupid." They set him up though, and of course, he died like a pig. He was like, "What? Yo, your man died screaming like a stuck Irish pig." Now you think about that while I beat the rat. Then he walked. My man grabbed him and threw him off the building. Did he sound like that? Threw him off the building screaming, son. Yo, that was, you want to talk about gangster?
That was gangster right there.
That was gangster. He said,
and wait a minute, that scene right there, it wasn't like it was dark and no reason. He did it in broad daylight on top of the court building. He's like, I don't give a damn. You killed my friend.
And he was gonna try to get him arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As we said, you're gonna burn. They're gonna burn.
Until just like a nigga, you gonna start running your mouth talking about what you did.
Buy you, and they're gonna burn you, buddy. What? I'm gonna be there because you killed my friend. Oh, he died like a pig. He's like, word. Oh, it's like that. Okay. I said, where's Frank Nitti? He's in the car. Nigga put him in the car. It was just too many one-liners, yo. It was dope. That's what you gotta love it, man. Yeah. So okay. So
and listen, in both films, and just my last piece on it, both films, and this is show that I have no hate on Marty. Both films just
stop lying.
I iconically and just culturally, both had the crazy impact, like between the quotables and just the
Jimmy A said Kev is high on hating. He said Kev's high on hating.
Jimmy know what it is. Jimmy know what it is. Jimmy know what it is.
And the chat room agreeing with him. He said, "Yeah, he is." Like, man,
listen. It ain't hate. It ain't hate. Martin can learn a thing or two. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So number 9, here we go. Cape Fear, Martin Scorsese versus number 9, Raising Cain. Brian.
Oh Jesus! This is
that's the crap I'm talking about. That's the crap I'm talking about.
This is he knew. Let me tell you something. Wes knew. He knew what he was doing. Yep. Listen, this dude. Listen. This is going directly to the chat room. Wes knew what he was doing with me when he did this. This is by design. This one right here. This is by design. But this is by design. And guess what? I'm not choosing. No. I'm not choosing. I refuse to choose. You are not good. You are not. Listen. You are not going to make me choose between Kane and the captain. It's just not going to happen. And I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not. And on top of all of that, this proves how much I don't have hate for Martin Scorsese. That is not hate. Because everybody who knows Kev knows that Cape Fear is my shit. That is my motherfucking movie right there. That is my joy. But Raising Cain, oh my God. Yo.
Fire. Yeah.
Listen.
All right, so let's hash it out.
That last scene when Kane was standing there when she was in the park.
That made our moments. That made one of our top 10 most frightening moments. The ending of Raising Cain. When we was doing that. When the little girl bends down and he's dressed like a damn woman. In the dress and the whole thing. Looking at her. Yo, that was wow.
Yo.
And
But Cape Fear, man,
the music
you know,
was crazy for it.
it's I think it's for me it's Cape Fear, not only because it was a great performance by De Niro, but think about it, his performance was so over the top, so to speak. How many other different things have people?
No, Ralph, take that back. Ralph, take that back.
She choose Cape
Yeah,
Fear.
not his performance, not his performance, his transformation.
No, not that part. I'm talking about his performance is so iconic. Like, how many other times have you seen other movies where they copy what he's done in K-Fear, like in a parody or something else?
Okay.
Like The Simpsons, a bunch of other different things. Like they would copy what those particular scenes from Cape Fear. You know, not so much just the fact of the tattoos. When they copy what the scene from when he's doing the pull-ups in the jail cell, they copy that like almost frame for frame. The tattoos, the sound, even the
his
Simpsons.
transformation in that film was really like the way he did it. He was incredible. I mean, I love Raising Cain. I think I'm gonna have to go with Cape Fear as an edge.
Yeah, I hate to do it to What's His Face because
once again, it's by the slightest slightest of edges.
His name Ryan Lithgow.
Yeah, Ryan Lithgow.
John Lithgow is the most. Not Brian.
Yeah, listen,
John Lithgow is one of the most, if not the most, underrated actor in Hollywood.
Yes.
He can do it. He can play any type of game you want. He could be funny. He could be psychotic. He could be he could be scary. He could be scary. He could do it all. That dude is one of the best actors and one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
Very underrated.
Raising Cain actually kind of proved that even all the way back then.
Proved it. It showed early. It showed early who he was. And I honestly believe, and this is just my opinion, I honestly believe that like for some reason Hollywood must have thought, okay, he did this, he peaked. There's nothing else he could do, which was such a mistake.
They must have
that dude. He is such an incredible actor. Such an incredible actor.
The years he did the Rock from the Sun, just being funny as hell.
Cliffhanger. He was creepy as hell in Cliffhanger.
He was a sociopath in Ricochet. Cliffhanger.
Oh, Ricochet. Yeah, Listen, I saw it early with him. I saw it early with him in Ricochet. Listen, oh my goodness, he's one of the reasons why Ricochet is one of my favorite films. Like Ricochet is the epitome of. And the epitome is the wrong word, but Ricochet is the example of two actors playing off of each other.
Oh yeah,
and just getting better and better as the movie goes on. I mean, you just oh my god.
So
my
god, we're giving it to Cape Fear by a slight edge. So
slightest of
the slightest of an edge.
Okay, next up, number 10. We're halfway through. The Age of Innocence, Martin Scorsese versus number 10, Casualties of War, Brian De Palma.
Casualties of War. The hate is back.
Casualties of War, man.
The hate is back. Yeah, Casualties of War. All right, I'm about to mess y'all up again. Number 11. Casino, Martin Scorsese versus number 11. Carlitos Way, Brian De Palma.
Oh, Carlitos Way. What? Puerto Rico, baby. All day? What? Don't know what you're going to do now, baby. But,
I'm reloaded.
Yeah.
I'm reloaded.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? And this is like me and China. We used to get in this argument all the time. Which was the better movie, Goodfellas or Casino?
Yeah.
I'm very adamant that it's Goodfellas. Casino was her favorite movie. She loved Casino. Goodfellas is a better movie. She would argue me point to point of why Casino was better than Goodfellas. So I'm always gonna take Goodfellas. Now, when you're gonna sit there and say Casino against Carlitos Way, in my view, Casino is just the West Coast version of Goodfellas. Is it? I mean, honestly, it's almost the same.
Say it
It's
again.
almost the same movie.
Say it
It's
again.
almost the same movie. It's the way.
That's proving my point that Marty can do what? Can learn something.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm
That's
not saying
exactly
that.
what you're saying.
No, I
You
am not
said it
saying
without saying it. You said it without
No,
saying it.
I'm
I
not
don't want to
saying
listen. You said
I
it
am not
without saying
saying
it.
that.
No,
That's
I
exactly
agree
what you're
with you.
saying.
A lot of people like Casino was I did enjoy Casino. I love watching that was the one when he put the man in the vice grip, right?
Right, yeah, yes, he did.
Squeeze his eyeball out. Spike Lee has a interview where he talks about that. He said Martin Scorsese showed him that scene before the movie even came out. He said, he's like, me and Marty, we share the same sick sense of humor. He's like, we laugh at stuff like that. He's like, the guy puts the fight, like he was laughing so hard, Spike Lee, he couldn't even explain it. He's laughing. He's like, yeah, you put the guy's head in the fight script and it pops out. And he's like going crazy laughing at that. And he's like, I always laugh at like weird, sick stuff. He's like, and Marty's like that too. That's where we're in common, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think Carlito's way just hit different.
Yeah. He needs Marty could have used a little bit of coquito.
I mean, don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna tell you one of my problems with Casino, right? Because in Goodfellas you have the three, Pesci, De Niro, and Liotta. And this one is really Pesci and De Niro. You get a real strong performance from Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
But
yes.
What's his name? James Woods. You kind of like leave him in the background. You letting James Woods just kind of like float off? No, his character should have been highlighted more.
He probably kind of
like learn something.
Yeah, he probably.
No, you gotta stop saying that, man.
He can learn something. It's the same old formula. God damn it! It's the same old formula.
But the guy got
just
an
a
Oscar
different,
and not
just in the desert.
But wait a minute, but
just
the guy
in the
got
desert.
an Oscar and De Palma don't have one. So if anything, De Palma could be learning from Scorsese.
No. That's called Hollywood bureaucracy. That's called. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man. It's called liking the same old crap and not really going for what's the real. Carlito's way was the real. It was the realest real.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
that was definitely the better.
Listen,
I mean, and I know Ralph agreed with that.
Guzman, Sean Penn. Listen. Listen.
So listen. All right. So he moves on. Brian De Palma wins that one. Now, number 12 is
I'm gonna eat a lemon Oreo cookie on that one.
A lemon Oreo cookie. Martin Scorsese's Kundun. I never saw that movie though. I heard
it's a religious movie.
I was like, it's a religious movie. I heard about it. I never saw that one. I think it's the only one on Scorsese's side that I did not see. And it's versus the Bonfire of the Vanities.
Oh, Bonfire of the Vanities. Sounds like a movie.
Bonfire of the Vanities is up there with one of the worst movies made. I'm sorry, and I hate to put it like that, but it really truly is. They had the dynamite cast, but man, so underused. Come on. Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis, Millie Griffin, and Morgan Freeman, and it was like, to me, there wasn't like, at least to me, there wasn't like a real thought going into it of how to get the best from everybody, and it's a mess. It's a mess, Now, Kundun is nothing more than about Tibet. I mean, about the Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama, yeah. That's what
I'm going to say, even though I just said Bonfire is one of the worst movies ever made, compared to Kundun, I'm not interested in.
You can't even pronounce the damn movie. Exactly. Like I said, Bonfire of the Vanities. Once again, Marty can learn something.
I'm not interested in seeing a movie about the Dalai Lama. I mean, really. Really. What's he gonna do? Say, give me peace and blessings. I wanna.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Now, if you would have did this where he's the Dalai Lama and he got sick and tired of condemning people, then he just transforms like Max Cady and Cape Fear. Now you got me something. Now I'm kind of like.
She said, "I'm gonna pass on this round because y'all got me heated."
Damn.
Yeah. Look, Kev said he's gonna eat a cookie. She said, "Don't choke on that cookie, Kev." Yeah, that nonsense is going in on you, son. Cause you,
damn man,
she ain't appreciating the hate, the Marty hate. Yeah.
But you know what? God don't like ugly. So if I choke, guess what? Your night ain't gonna be good until tomorrow morning.
I was sitting like, yo, you stupid.
I'm a child of God. Don't tell me to choke on a cookie.
She didn't say choke. She said, don't choke.
That's a subliminal message in the eyes of God.
But okay, so that's funny as hell. So okay, so we're gonna give that to the Bonfire of the Vanities because I didn't see Kunda and I did see the Bonfire of the Vanities, so I have to give it to that. Sorry, Marty. Number 3, Martin Scorsese, Gangs of New York versus number 13. I said 3. Number 13, Martin Scorsese, Gangs of New York versus number 13, Brian De Palma, Mission Impossible.
Sorry, you don't bet against the cruise missile. Not at that point in time.
Listen, I'm glad. Listen. You know what? I ain't got to say a damn thing.
Not
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat another cookie. God damn it!
Not at that point in time, man. You never bet against Tom Cruise, and wow.
Hey, that's what James said about. He was talking about the Bonfire
some of Mission Impossible is somewhat kind of. Yeah, I do think that some parts of Mission Impossible it is kind of confusing. However, the overall story of this of Ethan Hunt, some of the things that he did, and I mean, come on, the train and the whole end that was enough for me to what Gangs in New York got except the guy called himself Bob the Butcher, you know.
Listen, and to this day, to this very day, that's the only mother sucker thing that people talk about gangs is Bob the Butcher. They only talk about what's his name. You ain't got nothing else to say about that movie. And it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
But his role was the best in the movie. Cameron Diaz, okay. Even
that's
Leonardo,
the girl who you put up against Denzel Washington.
Yeah. Let's not rehash that. Let's not bring that back up.
Good.
But Mission Impossible. I mean, you're talking about chunks of the movies, like whether it's when he broke into the lab or the train ride or the mask. There's a bunch of different things to that movie where you're like, damn, you know, it just didn't stop. And more so, it was based on a television series that, I mean, a lot of times TV gets,
it was based
when
on
they
what,
make the
Ralph?
movies, it doesn't. It was based on a TV show.
How do you take a TV show and make it better? You took a TV show
way
and
better.
made it better.
Yeah,
you made it better. And listen, I used to listen after drive-in theater went off on Saturdays. I used to hang out in front of the TV to watch Mission Impossible because I actually liked the TV show Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the movie had something to stand up to.
Yeah.
It's almost like it made the TV show look like trash. I'm sorry.
Antiquated.
And the TV show was good.
It's like the Star Trek movies. But it's like the Star Trek movies when not so much the first one, but Star Trek 2 came out. You really had to sit back and look at the original series with Kirk, and he was like, y'all base this off of this. The show is nothing compared to this movie. And we know it's a movie, but still, it's like a leap 1,000 words forward.
Joseph Turner went with Gangs in New York.
Mr. Walk said, "Hold my cane. I'll be right back."
I'll be right back.
Nonsense went with Gangs in New York. Joseph Turner went with Gangs in New York.
That's okay. That's your opinion.
It's all good.
Y'all went wrong. You just drove yourself like Thelma and Louise off the cliff. You went wrong.
So. Mission Impossible wins that round.
Man, the hate, the shade is real.
Get out your wheelhouse, Marty. That's all I'm saying. Get out your comfort zone, Marty. Do something different, Marty.
Then he did. So now we have number 14, Bringing Out the Dead. Martin Scorsese versus number 14, Snake Eyes, Brian De Palma.
I'm taking Snake. I've been thinking about myself. I'm taking Snake Eyes. That right there is one of that is a very underrated movie.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, I mean, and it's one of those movies, right? It gets Nicolas Cage gets you in the first 5 minutes of the movie. You're like, yeah, he gets you in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and you think that he's this really great cop. Well, really, he's a crook. He's a crooked cop, but he's a crooked cop that everybody loves.
Yeah.
I'll take Snake Eyes.
He's Castor Troy with Kool-Aid.
Yeah, right. Snake Eyes is gonna win that one. So surprisingly, Brian De Palma is really, doing his thing.
He's teaching Marty a thing or two.
Okay, so
get out your wheelhouse, Marty.
Man. The shade is real.
Number 15, Martin Scorsese's The Aviator versus number 15, Brian De Palma's Mission to Mars.
Man.
Damn it.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to go with Aviator on this one. I hate to say that because I love Mission to Mars, but
Mission to Mars.
I fell asleep in Mission to Mars. There's a point where I'm actually falling asleep in it. Where
I actually didn't. I actually like Mission to Mars, and I saw that in theaters. I thought it was pretty good. But Aviator is definitely the better movie.
I did like the part where they had to evacuate the spaceship above Mars because they hit the jets and the gas was leaking. There are certain elements that I thought were kind of cool, but overall, I was like, "Come on, Don Cheadle surviving this on Mars for all that year. He don't really look rugged or worse for wear than when he went there." Except to put
there was a lot of things that factored in with that, the gravitational things and pulls of Mars and.
You okay?
No, listen, it's just
you saw Matt Damon in The Martian, and when we got ready to actually leave Mars, he was a mess. He was scarred. He was he had lost.
He listen. He didn't know how to make ramen noodles and hot dogs.
Exactly.
No, but he knew how to plant potatoes. He knew how to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't see Don Cheadle knowing how to do any of that stuff.
This ain't Ireland, but who looked better at the end? It don't crack.
And the CGI at the end of Mission to Mars looked kind of fake. When he actually got into the ship.
Yeah.
Now you nitpicking. We already said the Aviator win.
Oh my God! No, hold time. No, I did not just hear Kev say, "Now you nitpicking." I know. Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Clean his ears up.
I got to check my ears. I know I didn't. Okay. Nah, Ralph.
Oh, Jesus, what did I do?
No.
I'm the wicked giant.
The web shooter shouldn't have came out of his wrist. The web shooter shouldn't came out of his wrist because they took away the fact that he could actually make webs.
See, Wes said, hey, see. Now, if you're going to do it, pick the right topic because that was Wes that said that. I just agree with the brother. So let's rewind. God damn it. If you're going to pick it right.
The Aviator moves on. So next, we get down to the nitty gritty here. Okay, we're down to.
You know what? I hope somebody out there, like one of the people in the chat room, like I saw somebody said like Ralph's facial expressions. I hope someone makes like a loop video when I make these faces that you just put on a loop, But please, if you do that to music, please make the music good. Don't give me some whack fake ass trap music while I'm looking all kind of crazy. Don't do that. Come on, don't do that. Well, give me a nice R&B beat with some words that actually make sense. Don't give me like, yo, I put my finger in my butt, Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just please, internet, don't do that. So I'm sorry.
All right, so number 16. No, the Aviator wins that one, by the way. Number 16, The Departed, Martin Scorsese, versus number 16, Femme Fatale, Brian.
We got trouble on the horizon. We got trouble on the horizon because goddamn, The Departed was my
I'm
shit.
gonna, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna just say this.
Damn.
I'm taking the Departed, but and I can say this because I actually met her. I think Rebecca Romaine Stamos is one of the sexiest women I have ever seen in my life.
Say that again, brother. Say that again.
She is one of the sexiest women I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
she's the
She is
only
another definition of fine.
reason
She's just
to watch the movie. But yeah, it's a whole nother. It's like this is fine, but this is like fine.
She's fine. She's
right.
fine.
I'm sorry, but like I mean, I have seen Femme Fatale a bunch of times, and the truth of the matter is, when I kept watching, I only watched the first 15 minutes, and then one day I said, well, maybe I should watch the rest of the movie. So one day I watched it, and the movie is not the greatest. It's an interesting story, but it's not bad.
But it's not bad at all.
But the only draw is Rebecca Romaine. Whether she was in the bathtub,
and your point is, in
the bathtub,
and your point
or
is,
oh my God, when Anthony, when he thought she was seducing her, she took off her robe and she's in the white lacy bra and panties. It was like, Jesus. My point is, John Stamos, you're an idiot for letting her go. You're an idiot for letting her go. And then if you didn't, maybe the movie would have been a little better, but it ain't The Departed. It's not The Departed.
You said maybe it would have been a little better.
Maybe it would have been better. You know,
Rebecca Romaine.
I just listen. I just have to say,
I'm dead serious.
I love Homegirl, but she will forever be my Mystique.
Yeah. She was great as Mystique. She was perfect.
Yes.
She was perfect, in my opinion, as Mystique. She
listen, and Homegirl got the body too. She got
the body now. Jennifer
Lawrence.
Rebecca is tall.
Rebecca is just
tall.
She's all legs. She's all legs.
All legs. Lord have mercy.
I don't listen.
I'm sorry to be. I'm sorry.
O'Connell,
Listen, I know the male chauvinistic side of me rarely comes out, but good lord. I'm
gonna say that if Jerry O'Connell didn't have money, he wouldn't be with her. Just putting it out there.
And that's, like I said, that is to me, that's what made her great. That's what made her really good at that role with Mystique. But they was always having her use them legs, man.
And she did her own goddamn stunts.
Yeah,
she did her own stunts because she was fine. She was bad. She was a good. Not only was she fine, but she was a good actress on top of all of that. She wasn't scared to get hurt. Because she knew she wasn't gonna get hurt. Because she was gonna hurt us with all that body.
Yo, in the third one, which listen.
But the winner is The Departed.
When she changed in the third one and she was naked, it was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
so
listen,
the only thing Bryan Singer got right.
Yeah, right. They probably heard him to show that.
Yeah, you know it. You know it hurt him. You know it hurt him to show that. You know it hurt him to show that.
Naked.
But I'm not gonna. Well, Bryan Singer didn't do that. That's MCG.
Oh yeah, no, that was which one was that?
That's not Bryan Singer. That's the other guy. Not MCG.
Not Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner.
Which one? The third one you talking about?
Third one.
The third one. Yeah, the third one was Brett Ratner. Yeah.
But the first one was when the second one, when she came onto the guy in the bar and she sat there with her leg.
That was Bryan
Singer. Took him into the bathroom. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was cool. And they let her play herself. You know, like she didn't have no makeup on in that one. Well, you know what I'm saying. She didn't. She was looking like Rebecca Romaine.
For that,
again, her and Homegirl from Species.
Oh yeah.
The finest.
Oh yes.
Natasha Lord. Yes, Lord.
So all right, Departed moves on. Next is number 17, Shutter Island, Martin Scorsese versus number 17, The Black Dahlia. Brian.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I'm still going to give.
I'm going with The Black Dahlia. I'm
That's
going for
funny.
Black
Y'all
Dahlia. I'm
y'all
sorry.
both said it at the same time. He said Shutter Island and Kev said Black Dahlia. Y'all said it at the same
Yo, and Shutter, and don't get me, and listen, don't sleep. Shutter Island was the shit. That
Yeah.
shit was good. That shit was good. The Black Dahlia though. Lord have mercy. I love.
Yeah,
Whew.
that
That,
was a good. That was a
mm.
real good film.
I,
Very.
you know what? Because I went to the movies to see that, and I was not expecting that.
No, I
I
wasn't.
was actually, I was actually expecting less. As a matter of fact, I went to go see that. Um, that was like an in between movie for me between that and something else. That was like one of my one of the days I was going to see like 3 or 4 films in a day. I was like, oh, I'll check it out. It'll be a good filler piece. I left out of there like, good lord, I'm glad I saw this in the movies. That was just one of those times I was like, there are certain movies you see in a theater and it's just like your regular movie theater experience, and then there are movies that you're like, I'm glad I saw that in the movies. I'm so glad I got to see that in the movies. Oh
I
man,
mean, Black Dahlia was really good, man. It was
It is.
a really good film. I'm trying to think if I like that one better than Shutter Island. Oh,
and Shutter Island was good, man. That movie was another. That was another one for me that was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. See, sometimes I like that when Scorsese. I mean, he has like the core person, but when the background people like the next tier
Yes.
up step it up, like Ben Kingsley stepped it up,
Yes.
and Michelle
Yes.
Williams stepped it up. But you knew that that De Niro, DiCaprio was going to bring it. You knew that one, but everybody else stepped their game up and
The
worked you
supporting
deeper into the story.
this movie would not have worked without the supporting cast. There's no way he would
Nah,
have been able to carry this movie without the supporting cast.
nah,
It would
not
not
at
have
all.
worked. It would not have
Wouldn't.
worked.
yeah.
It would not have worked without the supporting cast. It just wouldn't have. And again, that goes to show good directing. On this one, I can say Marty learned something on this one.
Marty finally learned something, huh?
He learned something on this one because I was not expecting this from him. Was not expecting this at all.
Different. It's very different for him.
Yeah, it was definitely different. But I like I said, Black Dahlia was it for me. Man, maybe if I would have saw, and I can't remember if I saw. No, I didn't see Shutter Island in the theater. Actually, I saw it on bootleg on a good DVD first. Before I saw it on a screener copy first, before I saw it in the movies.
Well, what is
Maybe if I
what's
would have saw that in the movies
chat room
first.
saying? What is the chat room saying between these? Do you know about these from No Nonsense says Black Dahlia. Tanner says the Shutter Island. What else? Who else? Anybody else mean any choices? I didn't see Jimmy Ace answer, but yeah, it's down the middle with everybody right now. I think I'm down the middle right now, but I think
That's the only thing that's actually
Dahlia.
pushing it over the edge for me. Is the fact that I saw Black Dahlia in theaters first. If I had a
Black Dahlia, man, I just thought it was. Maybe it was because of the same thing. I didn't know what to expect with it. I know it's based on, a whole thing that, that's been going on and stuff, story.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I had no idea what it was about, really. I was like, even the name was kind of weird to me because at that time I didn't know much about it. It made me go and dig in and do research about it when I saw the movie. Had me, so it had me interested in it beyond the film. And I told you, I think I've said this before on the show. I like when films do that for me, where it makes me want to go and research the lore of that particular story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess for that, it gives me more of an experience than just a entertainment, and it gives me something where I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go with Black Dahlia. All right, so there you go. Black Dahlia moves on. Okay, last four. Last three, sorry. Number 18, Hugo, Martin Scorsese. Number 18 for Brian De Palma's Reacted.
I never saw Reacted.
I'm taking Hugo. I did.
I saw Hugo. I never saw Reacted, so I'm going with Hugo because Hugo was actually that's the one with the gears and that was the That's what I'm thinking about, right?
You're right.
Yeah. I did not see Hugo in the movie theater. Funny thing is that my ex-girlfriend started taking this film class one day in college. And she went back to school, was taking this film class, and she would ask me to help her. So one day she had to write a report on Hugo. And she was like, Rob, why don't you come over and watch the movie and tell me what you think? So I watched it and I really enjoyed it. And it was one of those movies I was like, man, maybe this is one of the ones that I wish I would have saw in the theaters.
Yeah, you should have saw that in the theater.
It really wasn't bad at all. Because it's kind of like, to me, some parts look more like animation than live action.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah,
it was really. I think it did more of what the Polar Express was trying to do. To me,
I wish people stop knocking the Polar Express. The Polar Express was good. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you per se. But over the last 2 months, it's been this thing like with the Polar Express is like, yeah, the Polar Express is actually really a bad movie.
No, it's not a bad movie. It's a decent holiday movie. It really is. But I think that what you were trying to do, it's a little like you weren't expecting it. Whereas I think Hugo just took it to the next logical step. With its look. And I think that's when I started liking like Chloe a little better because although I was used to her already in Kick-Ass, but now you're looking at something totally different. Where now you're starting to see.
But I think also with the aesthetic I think with the aesthetic of Hugo too, with what it was about, and with the with the steampunk type of feel that it had to it. It had to go in that direction that it was going in.
Yeah. Well, Joseph is signing out, and we'll be signing off very soon too. Joseph, thank you for joining us as usual and coming back. And
happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Joseph.
Joseph, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes and wrap up the whole show. We appreciate all of you that stuck with us through the show at this point, and we're down to the last two. Well, Hugo is going to win that one. So Hugo wins. Now we have the last, The Wolf of Wall Street, number 19 versus number 19, Passion by Brian De Palma.
Next.
I'm going with Wolf of Wall Street.
Next.
Yeah. That's not even a question.
Next.
That's a sweep.
No. Nah. I'm sorry. If you have Kev, did you watch The Wolf of Wall Street yet?
It's on my TV list.
You gotta watch.
It's going to be. I'll be watching it before. Before Friday, because Friday is y'all know what Friday is, so nothing else comes.
But you want to talk about the male chauvinist side when she comes out butt naked? You're like, oh
my God, Margot Robbie.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, oh my goodness, Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is, how we've been talking about these women we've been talking about. She's that one of this era. The one that you just talk about because she's so bad, and she's got those piercing looking eyes, man, on her.
She got eyes like Catherine.
Yeah, I know, right? Just pierce through your soul, bro.
I had to walk, Ralph. This woman's eyes were so piercing. I had to walk out of the what do you call it? The screen test. Because I couldn't look at her, like, cause she's Greek, she's real Greek, she's Greek.
Greek, yeah. This is referring to an actress that was in a film, my first feature film.
She can play that Brooklyn accent to a T.
She
can play that Brooklyn accent to a T.
Margot Robbie got it down, boy. She got it down, She got it down, yo. You know who else is good with it too? Is Scarlett Johansson. But Scarlett Johansson's from Jersey. But she she can get that Jersey Italian accent down really good too.
Yeah, Don Juan.
Oh my Lord. But anyway, Wolf of Wall Street. We already went on to that. Last but not least, number 20, The Irishman, Martin Scorsese versus Brian De Palma. This was one of his last films that he's done, or his most recent films. I didn't see it. It's called Domino. It's not the Domino we think it is. It's called Domino, though. I did not see that film, but this was.
Wait, yeah, it's Domino the bounty hunter, right?
No. This isn't. This isn't
No, not
about
that one.
Not that Domino. No. This film was in 2019.
Maybe it's about
I
the
didn't
pizza
know.
chain.
It's about the what?
Maybe it's about the pizza chain.
Oh man, I guess no one.
No, I think I saw this.
I'm about to say this is a rare occasion. This never really happens where none of us has seen a movie.
No, wait a minute. I know I saw this one. I think I saw this one. Hold on. Let me look. It
Okay, I'm looking to see I'm looking to see who's in it. What's it about? It tells the story of a Danish police officer who is seeking justice for the murder of his partner by a vengeful man, hampered by the fact that his target is a CIA informant. It's a direct-to-video release.
Sounds good.
So that's why you never saw it.
Sounds like a good movie. That's why I didn't see it. Yeah. Sounds like it might be an interesting movie, but unfortunately, I did not see it. So I have to give it. I got to give it to The Irishman.
Oh no, I definitely didn't see this. I've seen the cover before. I've seen the whatchamacallit. Looking at this thing, I've seen the thing before, but I've never watched it.
So Jimmy A says, before you guys end the show, did you all give your thoughts on season 2 finale of The Mandalorian? If you did,
Jesus.
Well,
Christ.
Jimmy, I tell you, without dragging this on, I'm gonna tell you, what we got from The Mandalorian was what everyone wanted out of the 3 movies, the 3 new movies of of Star Wars, meaning like we got everything we wanted from it. It didn't disappoint at all. I think it was phenomenal. I mean, I don't really have that. If I could wrap it up, it was phenomenal. Well done.
I put it like this: don't listen to Grace Randolph. Randolph, and I love Grace, but Grace is just too goddamn picky.
Oh,
she's too damn picky.
She being too.
She was being extra today.
She gets very fangirlish sometimes.
Yeah, she does.
She comes
into. And listen, the one thing I will say that I totally 100 agree with her with, when it was just all chicks kicking ass, I was like, yes, this is the motherfucking shit right here where these chicks is walking through this motherfucking kicking ass. They kicking in doors, and homegirl had to slam a gun down on the ground. Like, wait a minute, hold on, oh, there it is, bang, bang, bang,
it was killing.
That was Ming. Listen, Ming. Ralph, if you ain't watched it yet, Ralph, you need to stop bullshit.
You gotta say, you gotta watch it, Ralph. I'm gonna have to spoil it for you. Put it like this: if we all remember,
I've already seen the scene.
Yeah,
I've seen the scene where Luke Skywalker comes back.
Right. If we all remember, that scene to me felt like how I felt in Rogue One.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That's the classic Star Wars hallway fight scene.
Oh man. That was like he comes in like, oh, there's a Jedi coming. First of all, I completely stayed away from spoilers. I don't even normally do that. I completely stayed away from spoilers before it came on. I see an X-wing. They're like, oh, just one X-wing, and I'm like, nah. I didn't. I just said nah. I just shrugged it off. Nah.
I knew it.
So
they're
like, oh, someone's entered. Then he gets in there like, oh, it's a Jedi. Then they're like, oh, Ahsoka? No, well, she wouldn't be in an X-wing. They're like, oh, and then you saw the green lightsaber. I said,
and you saw the black glove
lightsaber. I was like, oh, joygasm. At that point, it was.
As soon as I saw the X-wing fighter, I knew who it was. I had already told Wes before. I was like, it's only 1 or 2 people that's gonna show up. It's him or Leia. It's only 1 or 2 people that's gonna show up, and we all know they wasn't gonna do no more Carrie Fisher.
Yeah,
so
he showed up and he showed out. Boy, did lose. And you know what? This is something that. Guess what? This is something that everyone wanted to see because we never got a chance to see a fully developed Luke Skywalker as a Jedi with his fighting ability and using the Force. We saw Return of the Jedi, but he had just became a Jedi, really. But now you get to see straight up ripping these cats apart with the Force. I mean, he destroyed it, man, and it was so beautiful to see that.
Now, the only other thing I'll agree with Grace on, Jimmy Ace, if you go back and listen to her review. Also, I would listen to Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard's review also of it as well, because they did some pretty good. They had a pretty good post review too. Was where she said because now going back through it in my mind, I could kind of see where Grace was talking about, where she was saying the guy who directed this, and I forget his name, but nobody really likes him as a director. He's going to be doing the next Ant-Man.
Robert Rodriguez, and I don't know why people be hating on Robert Rodriguez. I mean, he's a
it wasn't Robert Rodriguez that directed this one. It was another guy.
Another dude. It wasn't Rodriguez. Didn't do this one. Yeah, I forgot the guy who did.
Rodriguez did the last episode.
Did the last episode before that. Yeah. And so what was your point though, Kev?
Because she was saying how Luke's fight scenes, like his hallway fight scenes, it was great, but it was a little lackluster. Like it could have been tighter. It could have been like how Vader's was just more. And how some of the fights, hallway fight scenes. Think about every movie you ever seen a hallway fight scene in. Like the energy level of it was different. This is why, and the reason why she said what she said was because she thought that they were going to go with Sebastian Stan to play a young Luke Skywalker and not go with Mark Hamill,
right?
For and then do the CGI for over his face. So I think they should have went. I think if they would have went with Sebastian Stan, they would have got more of that energy that they needed to get for that. Especially being that it was a young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it would have been, but I think she was just also disappointed because that's what she wanted to see.
That played a huge part of it because she didn't want to see that.
Wanted to see. And I know, but I'm just like, bruh. It was you talking about Peyton Reed's the director you're talking about.
Listen, and
I don't think anybody hates Ant or did not like either of the Ant-Man movies that he did.
Yeah, but for some reason, a lot of people don't like him as a director. For some reason, I don't know why, but they keep because I think they don't like. I think the other episodes that he's done of The Mandalorian, nobody really likes. Like they're the least favorite of people for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, he sure killed this one.
Yeah, he did the thing. It might not have been the best of all of them, but it definitely was a good. Because listen, that last episode, oh my goodness, with them riding on it, with Mando and Homeboy bringing the back to the Imperial base.
Yeah,
through the forest with the pirates. Yo, that episode was everything, man. That episode was everything. And listen, this season of The Mandalorian, they did it right. They gave us fan service, and I appreciate it.
They did that, man, and I give them all credit for that. So, just Jimmy Ace, I think it was phenomenal, and it's looking up, and they also at the end they had an end credit scene, which leads to Boba Fett. A Boba Fett series. It was a Boba Fett spinoff thing that they're going to be doing.
Now, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the Mandalorian is still going to somehow. Obviously, they're not going to be filming because they're already filming. They already started filming the Boba Fett series. Hopefully, and they're calling this a new book. So hopefully, I'm hoping that the Mandalorian is just like momentarily put on pause and hopefully coming back. I hope Pascal didn't screw this up, man.
Nah, I think they're definitely coming back. They're not going to because they're already listed as a third season. I don't think they're
Well, no, I think that the Boba Fett thing is the third.
That is the third season.
Yeah, that is the third season. But it's just called the Book of Boba Fett. or whatever
Right.
it's called. That's why they
Yeah.
showed it in the Mandalorian lettering,
Yeah.
the Book of Boba Fett. So I
Okay.
guess hey, we'll see when that chapter. We'll see what it says on that first episode, whether it says episode 1, chapter 1, or whether it says episode 1, chapter 17. If it says episode 1, chapter 17, then we know that's a continuation or a sidestep story of the
Yeah.
Mandalorian. And if you notice in this season, they kind of sort of branched off into other stories aside
Yeah.
from the Mandalorian, so that might
Yeah,
give
they
you a
did.
sense of
So
they
they
might
got
be.
stuff to spin off, but it's awesome stuff, man.
It's great stuff.
It's great stuff. It's really putting us in a right direction, and that time frame of the Mandalorian in the Star Wars timeline, you could do a lot of things, and that's why we was always, you always had the back of your mind that Luke could show up. Any of them could show up. Luke, technically, Leia, Luke,
yeah,
or Han. Any of them could show up within that time because it's just like 9 years, I think, or it's only 5 years.
It's 5 years.
It's 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Yep.
So yeah, it's
I
only.
want to see. I want to see him go. I want to see him go back to Endor and meet up with the Ewoks. See how that turned out.
Endor.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. So anyway, but that.
the
So
Ewoks
now I have
beat
to
the
say
Empire,
this
though.
because we're gonna be ending the show. But gentlemen.
Yeah, it looks like Marty won.
No, gentlemen.
Oh, he did.
We have a tie.
Oh, wow.
10-10. But Marty would have lost had he lost. That last, he swept the last 4, wasn't it? Yeah, he swept the last 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 or something like that. Because one that Black Dahlia was in there and won.
Oh yeah.
So he had swept the last 1, 2, 3. No, he didn't do that one. 3, 4,
The
something
last
like
5,
that.
really.
Last 5, I think. The Aviator, he won. He lost. He won the Departed. See, I'm saying it like a damn Boston guy. The Departed.
It's like the Boston Lager. Just remember that, man. You won the Boston Lager. Yeah.
The Departed, and he lost Shutter Island. He won Hugo. He won The Wolf of Wall Street, and he won The Irishman. So yeah, he came back, and it's 10-10. So we have to go to a tiebreaker. And we must.
Well, we already. That's why I said he won because
he has the Oscar. He has the Oscar. Best director.
Oh, that's why you said he won. Okay, yeah. So there you go. So Martin Scorsese is the winner. Marty wins because he's got the hardware. He's got the Oscar. So there you have it.
I still think even with that one, I will say about Martin Scorsese is that out of all these movies that you list, I'm still, even though it was a good movie, I still think he was rightfully robbed of Best Director or Best Picture for Goodfellas. I'm still sorry. No disrespect to Dances with Wolves. It was a good movie, but was it better than Goodfellas?
Yes, it was.
I don't know. What I'm not saying that he should have got the Best Picture and Best Director, but he should have got one of them.
Wanted to.
I don't know.
I can't say no nonsense. Had to get out of here. And
listen, it's more the same. More the same. Dancing with Wolves.
Ralph, fix your face. She said, and Kev, eat a cookie. Love you guys. That's what
I'm gonna eat a cupcake.
Nonsense. Thank you
My
so
face gonna
much.
look good in a minute. I'm gonna have a cupcake in it.
Being part of our little craziness. So yeah. So I mean, we're gonna wrap the show up on that note. Happy holidays to everybody out there.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Well, we'll be back next week anyway. But
Happy Hanukkah.
We'll talk about
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and everything else. We didn't talk about Wonder Woman today. We'll talk about it next Monday after it's already premiered. And so that will be the focus pretty much of the next Monday's show.
We ain't talk about nothing but Gal Dot. Gail
Now,
Define.
Yeah.
Gail Fast and the Furious Wonder Woman.
I'm curious about something because I think I'm confused. I know that Wonder Woman is Christmas Day, and I know that Soul is Christmas Day. Is Coming to America 2 Christmas Day also, or was that pushed back?
That was pushed back to
Pushed
next
back.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pushed back.
Amazon is smart. They understand what it is.
Yeah, they pushed
We
it
love
back
Eddie.
to next
We
year.
love Eddie Murphy, but you know what? The golden lasso comes first.
Yeah.
Listen, we already here in
It was
America.
smart
We
to
don't
push
need
it
to come
back.
back.
So they pushed that back. So they're releasing pictures and stuff now. You're starting to see, some pictures, some set photos and
I
stuff
want to
like
see a
that.
trailer. I want to see a
That's
trailer.
coming soon. I'm sure they're probably what is when they're probably gonna do the trailer during the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably when you're gonna see the trailer. You're gonna see a trailer. If you don't see one before then, you're gonna see a trailer during Super Bowl for sure.
I say you might even see it the second week of January.
You might. No, I'm saying you might see. We'll see. But I think the Super Bowl will be a day that they would do that. So, yeah, there you go, man. So that's what everybody who came in the chat room. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Everybody have a safe and good holiday. We'll be back next Monday. If you guys want to join us, please do. We'll be talking about Wonder Woman 1984 and other Christmas movie stuff. Even though that's not a Christmas movie, it's just a movie that's coming out on Christmas.
Let's not be mistaken with Die Hard. That is a Christmas movie.
Right. Not to
be mistaken with The Long Kiss Goodnight, which is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Not to be mistaken with Lethal Weapon, which is a Christmas movie.
But I got a question because I saw this on the internet the other day. Is Shazam a Christmas movie?
Hold on.
It does take place during Christmas.
Because it is set during Christmas.
It is set during Christmas.
It does take place during Christmas.
I guess it is set
but is it a Christmas movie? I mean, because if you take Christmas out the scenario, does Christmas have any impact on the story, or is it just happens to be the time period that it is? I mean,
I think for Shazam, that just happens to be the time period that it's in.
Yeah,
it doesn't have any real effect.
No, not necessarily. It does have a little bit of effect on the story because you're talking about Billy Batson and being in the
not really.
No, because of with the whole family environment and stuff like that, and then the whole they were talking about the whole family. It's not like they were just like, oh, it's Christmas. They mentioned it a couple times in the film because it was like it was part of the storyline for Billy Batson. So that's a good argument.
I'm gonna politely disagree, and I'm gonna say no that it isn't.
How much? No. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm going to say no because I mean even though Christmas is kind of mentioned,
I see why Ralph. I can tell you why Ralph is saying no, and this is not to cut you off, Ralph, but I can tell you why Ralph is saying no, and it's probably for the same reason why I'm saying no, because when you watch Die Hard, when you watch The Long Kiss Goodnight, when you watch Lethal Weapon, or when you watch any other movie that's kind of sort of based
Bang, Bang.
or around Kiss Bang Bang, which I still have to see. But you get the feel. You have the holiday. I don't know. I can't explain it. But you have the you have the feel of Christmas. That's what it is. You have the feel when you see these movies. You automatically they're synonymous with Christmas. When you say Christmas,
we're going to bring that up next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna say what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie. What makes these movies Christmas movies? And then there's a lot of people that argues that they're not Christmas movies. So what makes
Die Hard is a Christmas movie? There is no.
So if you take
I have a machine gun too.
I pose the same question to you. Wait, I pose the same question to you. So if you take Christmas out of Die Hard, is it not a good movie?
But see, that's the thing.
The same movie?
No. It's still a good movie. It doesn't make or break the movie, but it does have the feel.
It's a significant.
The crowded flight he's taken to Los Angeles. The
Christmas party.
The Christmas party. Everything that's synonymous with everything is hell. I almost hate to say this. Even our office party that we had today, that I kind of sort of not purposely, but I stayed in the room because I'm not trying to be crowded around a whole bunch of people during COVID, during the ugly sweater party. But it's just that whole thing. Like even today, I was so hugbug when I went to work today because I was just like, no, I'm not being packed up in a room full of people in a small room talking about sitting down, eating, having good food. But that feel, but the feeling of Christmas came over me. The feeling of the office party, that the atmosphere is set. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going
to do is before. That's what I'm putting that on my list. I'm going to watch Shazam again because I only watched it like once in that 1.5 times. But I do remember the Christmas being a part of the Billy Batson story a little bit.
Yes, so it is a part of the story, but it's not. But there is no. I'll put it like this: Christmas is not a character in that movie as it is in Die Hard. Right. Christmas is not a character in that movie as it is in The Long Kiss Goodnight. It's not a character as it even though we know Home Alone is about Christmas, the character of Christmas is all over that fucking movie.
Well, of course we know.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna bring this to the task.
But that's what makes a Christmas movie, or what makes movies that you would not typically associate with Christmas a Christmas movie. Is the character of Christmas is a part of the movie. It is a part of the nostalgia of the film. It's
because I certainly wouldn't sit here and say that Rocky V is a Christmas movie. Why? Because it's set during it ends on like around Christmas time. No, it's a Rocky movie. It's not or Rocky IV. They're not Christmas movies. But even though Christmas plays a minuscule part in it, but it's not that big a deal.
It's not tied into the theme. It's not tied into the theme and the atmosphere. It's almost like how Gotham City is a character in Batman.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is before I make that determination on Shazam, I gotta watch it again.
Negro, stop being analytical, Negro.
I gotta watch it again. I remember Christmas.
Listen, when you think Shazam, you think Power Rangers. You don't think
in my mind. I know that there's certain parts of that film that I'm like, yo.
Whoever mentioned that to him just gave him controversy to make controversy.
Wes, I'm gonna say the answer to that question is yes. The only parts that are Christmasly related is when he had the fight in the mall. Right, and at the end when they were all out at that thing, but yank those two pieces. If those two pieces got put on the cutting room floor, would anybody know that Shazam was even based around Christmas? Part. No. So you take Die Hard.
I told you that Bill Batson, there was part of his story where they were mentioning Christmas.
But it was only mentioned. It was only mentioned in passing in the story. It wasn't like. It's not like Bruce Willis is walking around with the damn hat on.
In passing,
I feel like Christmas is not a character in Shazam. When you say Shazam, I think Power Rangers.
Oh, why?
When you say Die Hard, I think Christmas. I think Ho Ho Ho. I think Santa Claus
and you say that Shazam is a Christmas movie, if you sit here next week and you say Shazam is a Christmas movie, I'm gonna say that Rocky IV needs to be a Christmas movie. Frankly, I'm not even kidding. Rocky IV needs to be a Christmas movie because the big fight is on Christmas Day. He even tells them Merry Christmas at the end of the movie. Nah, man, you can't get that. You can't get that. That's like saying,
he said Merry Christmas. Doesn't that give you Christmas nostalgia?
No. Come on, man. And you know what it is. See, this is just you being Wes Clark right now. This is you being the director. Gremlins is a damn Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I argue that.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Christmas is a character in Gremlins. Christmas is a character. Yeah. The theme is set.
The theme is set.
That's why he even got the Gremlin. That's why he got
Christmas.
the Mogwai because it was a Christmas gift.
Mogwai for Christmas.
So yes, it is a Christmas.
So it's definitely.
Can I sit there and say the first? But I sit and say the first Harry Potter movie is a Christmas movie because it's a scene where Harry gets a Christmas gift. No.
As a matter of fact, to say it like a good Christian would say it, Harry Potter is the devil. God damn it!
I'm
He's
going
the devil.
I'm going to watch Shazam again, and I will have
I don't
I
know
will
what to
give
say
my
about that.
assessment next Monday. If
Oh,
it
you know I'm
is, in
watching.
fact.
I'm definitely gonna watch this shit because I'm ready to argue. God damn it!
I'm
Fuck
definitely
all
gonna
that.
look at
Fuck
you.
the
But remember, if
bullshit.
you
I'm
if you
coming
think
for the
this is a
smoke.
movie,
I'm
Rocky
coming for
Four
the
looks like this
goddamn
movie.
smoke, and I'm bringing receipts with me. I'm coming with the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, I'm coming with the smoke.
I'm bringing
Fuck
the red
yeah.
cups.
As a
I'm
matter of
bringing the
fact,
red.
where's my
Say,
remote?
we
Where's my
want
remote?
smoke.
We about to put this. We about to purchase this shit right now.
We
'Cause
want
this
smoke.
motherfucker's gonna get on
Oh,
repeat.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Go watch it.
We
No, you don't have
want
to
the smoke.
purchase nothing, dude. What you talk about, Shazam? You go watch it on HBO Max.
Oh,
It's a
that's right,
decent
HBO
movie.
Max. I ain't gotta purchase it. That's right. That's right. I
You
Decent
can
can
go
watch
right
it
to
on
HBO
HBO.
Max.
If you got
Watch
it,
it
it's
on
probably
HBO.
on. It's probably on somebody's HBO right this minute.
No, it's on HBO Max
It's
on
on
the
HBO
streaming
Max.
because they got all the DC films. Shazam's a
Yeah.
DC character. So there you go. We'll talk about it next week. Thanks everybody again.
Crap,
Jimmy
yeah,
Ace,
goddamn,
Merry
it ain't no
Christmas,
damn
brother,
Christmas movie.
and Merry
Woo,
Christmas to
boy,
everybody.
I'm bringing a pack of
Just
Newport menthols on Monday.
yeah, it's gonna be. It's
Goddamn it,
gonna
I'm
be.
ready
I'm
for
just.
all
Hey,
the goddamn
I want to
smoke.
know for sure.
I'm cracking
I
the
just
white
want to know
henny
for
on
sure.
Monday.
Listen, get that soft pack out of here. I'm coming with a box of a Newport box.
I want to know
box
for sure.
menthols. A hard box menthols.
I want to
I'm
know
coming
for
with
sure.
the Black and Miles. I'm gonna be champing the Black and Miles on the show. Watch.
We'll see. All right, people. We'll talk.
I'm coming with 1914 train smoke. Now what?
Peace,
Steam and coal.
Merry Christmas to
Black
everybody
lung.
out there.
Black lung.
We'll see y'all next Monday. Peace.
Peace.